Yo, what up, bitch? I see you, BB. How you doing, buddy? It is me, the trash boy. I'm glowing, absolutely fucking radiant. How's your day been, buddy? What you been up to? Anything fun? Anything exciting? I had a day, as the title says. I went on an adventure. It was quite the adventure. I did a lot of walking, did a lot of standing around. God, so much standing around. Was fighting with a printer. I fought with a printer for so long. I was like, God damn it. Alright, let me do a thing real quick.
I gotta get comfy.
Oop. I have a cake in front of me. I have a coffee in front of me. I've got mental illness approaching. Everything's going great. What you been up to, dude? A part of me kind of wants to go to the cute model. The little small boy one. But I know it won't work with all this stuff. Because I was talking about it yesterday on the challenge run stream. But, you know, I did some things. You guys might notice that there is a new channel point redeem. It says change scene. You guys can now change the scene. So if you're like, hey, I want to change it to the desk scene, you can. And then suddenly, boom, pow, now I'm over here. And now we got the drinks, we got the microphone, we got the chair, we got the background that can change. Well, the background can change on the other one too. But like, you know how it goes. But I added another one, all right? You want to see the other one? We used it for, I think, maybe 2 streams in the past, all right? And it's the behind the scenes. It's still a little scuffed, but I mean, what up? I don't have anything on screen for you to be looking at. But like, this is for more of like when we're like watching videos and stuff, so you can actually see it. And then there's like the chat over there. I want to add some stuff like some wall art or something. And then I want to get like another chair from this direction. It's actually higher quality image and make it actually look good. But like, you know, scuffed. But yeah, behind the scenes. I want to add a bunch of stuff to the scene. So it's got like, you know, the drinks, the keyboard, and maybe some art up on the wall of like my VTuber model and stuff. I know that before we did have like that really cool, like almost like space station kind of looking one. And it was like hyper advanced and like the text to speech would appear on screen and all that, but it is what it is. This feels weird not having something on screen. So let me just really quickly just do this so you guys have some inception. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, wait. We're whole. My bad. Hey, wait. Why is that not working? What? What? Okay. Wow. I think it's because it's not in a screen group. It's in captures. That might be why. I could probably fix that myself. But, oh well. Let's just go back over here.
Yo.
Yeah, how's your day been, BB? What did you get up to? No, you had to work today. Oh, my coffee is so good. Bro, this stuff is like amazing. I'm not kidding you when I say that the International Delight peppermint mocha, oh, it's a die for, bro. It literally makes my coffee taste like a hot cocoa. I love it so much. Ooh. Yeah, you like the glitchy background? So proud. I made so many things work. And I have more stuff I need to fix. Well, not really fix, but set up. Need to add, I forgot to add alerts for the Let's Play channel. So I gotta add those. Which is funny considering that, like, you know, that's the only time that we'll be on the gaming, like, scene. And it has them for this channel, not the other one.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of stuff. So much stuff. I need to add those alerts, though. What else was I planning to do? Oh, on the VTuber desk scene, there's a lot of stuff I want to add to the desk as well. Not just the behind the scenes. That'll probably have it, too. I want to try and, like, line them up, but obviously they'll be facing the wrong direction and everything. But, like, no big deal. And I was messing around with Zelda Ocarina of Time. I figured out what the issue was when the capture card was messed up. It needs to be unplugged and plugged back in once OBS is open. The joys of having a really cheap capture card. Well, whatever. It works. The color kind of looks like shit. It looks so much better on my TV. But mind you, it's also a CRT and it's designed for that as opposed to, on here. I did some color correction on it to try and make it look better. I think it's also the capture card that does that. But whatever. It's Zelda. You guys will know what it is. And setting up the scene was kind of a pain. And I was trying to set it up as like the 4:3 ratio, but then I was also like, you know what? I guess I should probably set it up like its own personal Zooter one. I've already got a seed made. So no, it's not a plando. I just already have it ready. So, but I have the previous seed that I've been just messing around on. So you know what? Here, I'll set that up real quick. Let's see if I can get this working. Ah. I'm popping back down in here. Whoop! Hello! Turn on the TV. Hopefully you guys can't hear that high-pitched hum. And we'll go do the Zooter scene. And we'll see if it actually worked. It should. It didn't. Hold on, wait. I think I know how to fix this. Hold up. Bum bum beedum bum bum bum. Oh no, give me 1 second. I know what that problem is. Ah. What the fuck? Okay, 1 sec. Ignore the seizure. Just don't have a seizure. You'll be fine. What? I was literally playing this yesterday. What the fuck? I think maybe. What the fuck? What the hell? It's only when I'm live that it has issues, I swear. Huh? What the fuck? Now it's not even working. Uh-oh. I did have it working, I swear to you. Everything was working. Let me just throw these up real quick. I swear to you it works. I don't know. I swear to you it does work. That's different. Alright, I don't know. Fuck it. Well, I guess we're not doing that until I get that solved. Obviously, we weren't going to play it tonight anyways, but Model is losing all tracking. Oh well. I'll make it all work, I swear. I do have a different capture card I could try using. Gotta drink more coffee now, though. Man, this is scuffed already. God damn. I should probably turn off the TV. I guess I don't need the Zelda stuff open anymore. But you kind of saw how it was laid out. It was going to be cool. It was going to be awesome. I think I'll just use my other capture card and see if that works. Can I even? How does that capture card connect? Hold up. It should work. It's made for a phone camera, but I mean, or like an actual camera, but we'll see.
Oh well.
It's fine. Everything broken. That's how it works here. We're scuffed as fuck. All right. I've also got an AverMedia capture card somewhere, but it's old. Like, it's really old. I got it from my brother, and he was like, hey, I don't use this one anymore. I got the really fancy Elgato one, I think. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, I've had this AverMedia one forever, and it just, yeah, it kind of works. I was like, well, it's probably going to be better than what I was using, so. But I really don't want to try and set up my capture card again, just because it's all behind a shelf, and all the cable management, and just, oh my god, there's going to be a pain in the booty hole.
I say who?
Ah, man. Oh, well. Not a big deal. It's fine. Shit to worry about later. Not today. Oh, well. Anyways, yeah, I set up the Zooter one. Alright, you kind of saw it. It's fine. This coffee's so good. Oh, man. Yeah, I feel real fancy. I'm wearing a dress shirt, but it's not really a dress shirt. It's just a button-up shirt, and it's made of denim, but it looks really nice, so I feel really cool. But it's also very fucking warm in my room. So maybe I'll unbutton a few buttons. Like a macho man. Ooh. Open torso, baby. Let's go. Also, we completed the challenge run for Skyrim yesterday. I was so stoked about that. I got 13 hours of footage to go and cut down into a video. I have a feeling that video might be a little long. Might be. I don't know. I want to try and do like a mixture of like Juve, It's Jabbo, and Nurbit. Maybe a little bit of a, what was it, Frostbreak? I think his name is. I don't know. I'll check real quick. If I'm a man. Gotta be in here somewheres. Yeah, Frostbreak. Might do similar to his videos too. That make me crazy. Yeah. BB, what have you been up to today, though? Anything fun or exciting? I'll get into what I was doing. What I did. All right. So I went on an adventure. So I woke up at about 1:30 p.m.-ish, right? And I messaged my aunt, who was walking distance away. And I was like, hey, would you mind if I come over and use your printer? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. Right? Would you mind swinging by sometime after 3, though? Because she runs a daycare. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Right? And I guess, like, that's when they'll for sure all be up from their nap. Because, like, they're all, like, a bunch of, like, 2-year-olds, I guess. And younger. So I was like, okay. So I'll walk on over. And, well, first, before I even headed on over, I was like, okay, I gotta grab my laptop bag, and I should probably grab one of my old laptops, but then I'm like, I can't find the power cord for it. I'm like, oh no. And then I was like, I messaged her, I'm like, hey, is there a computer I can use there, or should I bring my own? And she was like, because I don't want to use my gaming laptop that's hooked up to my TV by my bed because it's just a pain in the ass and it needs to be plugged in. And she was like, oh, I normally just, or I didn't say all that to her, but like that's what I was thinking. And she was like, oh, well, I usually just use my phone. I'm like, that works perfect, right? I already have my resume on my phone because I wanted to print off some resumes to go and apply for some jobs, right? Because everywhere is like apply online. But for some reason, in my immediate area, everywhere is apply in person. And I'm like, weird. Mind you, I've never worked in this area. I've worked on the other side of town where I used to live, or on the other side of town, the other corner, I guess, because 4 corners, I'm in a different corner now. And I was just like, the 2 corners that I had previously lived in, everywhere was apply online. And then other than that, I've just kind of been given jobs, right? Where people are like, hey, well, if you're looking for a job, you can come work for me. Or like, hey, like, we're looking for someone, you know, I'll talk to my boss, right? And then I just get given the job, right? After going in for an interview. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go and walk all the way over there. And it's a bit of an adventure. You know, it's like halfway to the way. English is not my best language to speak. Unfortunately, it's the only one. It is halfway to the forest that I like to go to, right? So I was like, all right, I know exactly where I'm going, obviously. It's my aunt's place. Well, my aunt and uncle's, but he was, you know, at work. So I head on over. I am starting to sweat like a pig right now with this shirt on. I'm going to just swap down to the tank top. Unbutton the last couple buttons. So, anyways, I walk on over to my aunt and uncle's place. I'm like, all right. So he was like, yeah, you can use just your phone. I was like, all right, cool. So I try printing it using my phone. Right? Doesn't work. Well, actually, it printed in landscape instead of portrait, even though it was set to portrait. So we're like, all right, cool. No, that's wrong. Sorry. I tried printing, and it kept saying that I couldn't, right? So she's like, just email me your resume, and then I'll try printing it from my phone. And I was like, all right, cool. And then it printed in landscape instead of portrait twice, right? And she was already low on ink. So, you know, we're messing around with it. Then it comes out super faded, super missing a bunch. And we're like, all right, so what do we do? So, eventually, we get one resume that works. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, but it printed it instead of being in black ink because, you know, obviously my resume is in black ink, right? It printed it in blue. And I was like, oh well, that'll work. So I am messing with it, trying to get another one to print. Messes that one up. I'm like, what? Like, it's only printing like half the words, or it's like blurring it, right? Or it's smudging, right? And then like, I think we managed to get 4 more papers to go through because this thing did not want to connect. I needed to install 4 new apps on my phone just to be able to connect to this printer. All right. Old school printer, I guess, that still had Wi-Fi connection, but outdated stuff. You need this connection to be able to do this one. These apps interact. It was a pain in the butt. So I was like, all right, whatever. So ended up getting one resume. The other one, she's like, we'll just shred those ones because, like, you know, like, you can't use them, obviously. I was like, yeah, well, the store I want to apply for, or one of the stores I want to apply for, is walking distance from here, and it's a video store. And I do mean a video store. Like, you can rent VHS tapes there. I was like, this is amazing. I need to work here. And they sell, like, video games. They sell, like, Magic the Gathering cards, and, like, Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards, and obviously, they got like figurines and Funko Pops and stuff, but it's primarily like a video rental store with some video game stuff. Well, I mean, half the store is video game stuff, maybe a third of the store, and it's a bunch of like retro games and stuff. You can go like buy and rent DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS, albums. You know, I was like, this is my heaven. Oh my god, it's 1998 in this place, but that section over there is modern video games. This is the holy grail. I need to work here. And then I looked at their hours of their store, right? And it's 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., except for on Fridays and Saturdays. It's 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7-hour days, and then 2 of the days are 8-hour days. That's all they're open. You know what that means? That means after work, I could still come home and stream. I would have time to cool down, relax, and just be like, all right, I don't need to do anything that I could stream. I was like, I need to work here. I definitely need to fucking work here, right? So I bring in a resume, and I wander around a little bit, and the one guy that was there, definitely looked like he worked in a rental, like a VHS rental store from like an 80s or 90s movie. Like he looked like a super nice guy too, but like he had that look, you know, where like the big glasses, the tucked in yellow shirt, you know, like you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? But he seemed super polite, right? I didn't end up talking with him, but I heard him talking with someone else, right? The other dude that was working there, he looks like a disappointed dad, but still cares about you. So I was like, well, that guy's kind of cool looking. And then like the manager was this like really nice lady, right? So I'm gonna wander around a little bit, look around, and then when I noticed that, you know, they didn't have anyone at the counter, I walked on up and I talked to the lady because she looked like the manager, right? Because she's the one sitting at the computer doing stuff, getting asked questions by the others, right? So I'm like, hey, that's definitely the manager. I was like, hey, you mind if I bother you for a sec? Or are you busy at the moment? And she was like, no, I'm not. How can I help you? Right? And I was like, I was just actually wondering if I could bother you and just drop off a resume. And she was like, well, I actually just hired some people, but I would love to, like, I don't mind keeping your resume on file, because then if we start looking for someone else, you know, I'll have it there and present. And I was like, awesome. I just spent an hour fighting with a printer just to be able to get this one copy. Like, it did not want to work. Hank, how's it going? What you up to? I'm telling a story about how I was applying for a job earlier today. So she, I told her, I was like, yeah, I was just fighting with a printer for over an hour, and I managed to get one resume, and the margins on it are messed up. There's like no margin, and I was like, oh no. So she was like, well, and then I was like, and it printed in blue. She's like, hey, at least it'll stand out. I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess so, right? And she's like, so, what kind of stuff are you into? Like movies, video games? I was like, I'm mostly like a video game kind of guy. Like I technically do video games as my job right now. She goes, oh, I'm like, yeah, like I'm a streamer. Nice. I hope your day is good aside from the hiccups. No hiccups. It was a day though. It was an adventure. There was a lot. All right. Oh, that's what I'm telling right now. No hiccups. We're all good. Well, I guess technically the printer fighting with me was a hiccup, but like whatever. It's part of the adventure. I spent an hour fighting with a printer. So, she's like, so like what kind of stuff are you into? Like movies, video games? I'm like, well, technically video games are sort of my job right now. And she goes, oh, I'm like, well, you know, like streaming, content creation. The only downside is it's volatile, you know? So, well, this music is very loud for me. I gotta turn this down. As much as I love this. All right. So I was like, yeah, it's kind of volatile. Like, you know, some months you make a few grand, some months you make $100, right? And she goes, my brother's actually a streamer. I know exactly what you're talking about. I was like, oh, fantastic. And she was like, so what kind of games do you play? I almost had a day, but I'm gonna let you finish your story. My story's a while, but I'll read off yours if it and throughout mine. All right, so go ahead. I'm here for it, homie. So I was like, well, I've got like foot wide, mile deep pools of knowledge. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, if you need to know anything, well, there's also an anime section there too, right? There was literally right behind me. So I was like, if you need to know anything about Legend of Zelda or Dragon Ball, I know it. Everything. I know it. Right? And she was like, okay. I'm like, that is my thing. That is, yeah. And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I've been doing a lot of like Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer in my free time and whatnot. She goes, oh, yeah. Like, I'm not really into gaming too much myself, right? Which is funny considering that she runs a store that has a shit ton of video gaming stuff. But she's probably more like the movie person in the store. Like, you could tell some people are like, they have their niche when they work there. So I was like, oh, brain. I was just like, yeah. Well, I didn't say yeah like that, but you know, I'm trying to talk more like this. I was like, yeah, like, you know, I'm kind of into like Zelda and whatnot, right? But I was like, yeah, like if you need to know anything about Zelda, I got you. So she's like, all right, cool. So she wrote that down, and I'm pretty sure I saw Zelda nerd written down on it, but I mean, whatever. And then I was like, yeah, like Dragon Ball, like I have an extensive amount of knowledge about certain things, and like various pools of knowledge that are a foot wide, mile deep, right? She goes, fair enough, yeah. And then we start talking, and then I was like, yeah. And then I was just complaining about the GameCube controller that I got and how it's like a cheap Amazon one. And she, like, I was like, yeah. And then I noticed you guys don't got any GameCube controllers here. And she goes, I'm actually sold out right now, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, that would explain the empty spot right there. She goes, yeah, normally we've got extra stock, but it's just at the moment, nope. I was like, ah, okay. Like, I should have some next week. And I'm sitting there thinking in my head, like, I don't got any money, dude, but like, I totally need a new GameCube control. So I might bug a friend of mine and see if he has one. And then shoot the shit with her for a little bit. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to wander around a little bit and warm up before I go back out in the cold. She's like, all right, cool. So, I wander around a little bit, come back up, bug her again, and be like, hey, you guys, like, buy video games, right? Or still buy video games. Because I know this store buys video games. And I can, there's a sign on the door, right? She goes, yeah, we do. And then I was talking about how I've got Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, and it's in, like, 99.9% condition. It just doesn't have the shrink wrap on it. And like, the actual value of it and everything. And she goes, I'm going to be honest with you. It would probably be better to sell that privately rather than bring it here, because realistically, I'm going to need to figure out what it's worth. And then I'm going to need to know how much I can make a profit off that. And then I have to try and see what you're willing to actually buy it for or sell it for and get a percentage, or get you to only get a percentage of that. Like, you would make a lot more if you sell it privately. And I'm like, I really appreciate that. Like, you're being honest with me, right? So I'm already, like, building this rapport, right? And then I was like, all right, well, after talking with her for a minute, I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to head on out back into the cold. And she's like, all right, have a good day. And I'm like, you as well, right? So I head on out. And as I'm walking home, I was like, you know what? There's a bookstore near my house. Or I guess it's halfway from where I just was to my house. I was like, I'm going to stop in there. So I stop at the old consoles are better. They last longer than the newer consoles. Yeah, I have a Nintendo Wii on my desk that we were just messing with a bit ago. And for some reason, my capture card didn't want to work. I legitimately think it's probably the USB cord now I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I have a male-to-male USB-A, but I will try and see one. I've probably got one somewhere. Or at least an adapter for it. So anyways, I'm heading on home, and I was like, I gotta stop at this bookstore. So I go into the bookstore, and the guy that's there, he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, it's going all right. And then he's like, is there anything I can help you find today? And I was like, actually, yes. Right? Because my main reason was I'm going to apply at this store, right? But you gotta not just assume, like, I didn't have a resume on me, right? So I can't apply at this store yet, right? So I was like, yeah, like, actually, do you have anything on, like, mythology and folklore? And he goes, yeah, actually, it's the aisle directly in front of me right here, and it's this far in, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, cool. And I look at another spot that's in that, and he goes, oh, no, it's, like, down at that blah, 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 over there, right? I was like, yeah, normally I just say mythology and folklore because it usually gets grouped in with spirituality stuff. And people look at you a little bit weird when you say spirituality. He goes, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, right? But this guy is very, very, like, as someone with a bit of autism himself, right? You can tell this guy is severely autistic, right? Just the way that he's talking, right? And obviously I'm summarizing what he's saying, right? And we had a great conversation, just kind of shooting the shit. And I'm slowly trying to build rapport with this guy. And I end up mentioning, I was like, yeah, actually, I did have a question unrelated to the books. And he goes, okay. I went to go and apply for this, apply online, but it kept looping me between two web pages, right? And I couldn't actually figure out how to apply. He goes, oh, it's much better to apply in person, but I recommend that you don't apply at this store. And I was like, okay. He goes, if you apply at the store that's over in downtown, they'll ask you if you want to apply at all of the stores. Use one resume, apply at all the stores, and then you're more likely to get a job because you put yourself out there for more locations. I was like, oh, that's super smart, right? And then, like, I appreciate that, right? And he's like, yeah, yeah. So we were just talking for a little bit, and then I saw this one book, and I'm like, I don't have any money, but it's $4 or $4.50. And, like, I've been looking at it on Amazon, and the hard copy version I was looking at was like $25-ish, $25. And this one is $4.50. I was like, I could spend the $4.50. I want this book. It's a huge collection of Native American folklore, right? So I was like, hell yeah. And it's like the local tribes to my area, right? So I was like, hell yeah. So went in, I bought that, and then I wandered on home and drank some more coffee. Speaking of which, time to drink some coffee. But yeah, it was a good little adventure there. I got home, hung out with my little brother for a bit, worked on some stuff for stream, right? And then I took a nap. And then I woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm running a little bit behind, but no big deal. Like, I'm only 15 minutes behind when I start. If I get up now and, get my coffee and everything ready. So, and then I was only 15 minutes behind. Yeah. But Tank, yeah, Koofy. I like my Koofy. Tank, what is your story? What is your day? Because my day was rather eventful. I mean, all things considered. And I got a good walk out of it. I was on my feet for like 3 hours. It sucked, but I loved it at the same time because I'm moving around, but it was cold out. But oh well. It's no big deal. I'm alive. You know? Can't complain about being alive. Yeah. I'm gonna drink more of my coffee. And I have banana cake in front of me. My little brother was like, yeah, if you want, you can have the cake that's there. Like, I'm not going to have it. Or I'm not going to finish it. And I'm like, this is like more than 75% of a cake. And he goes, yeah, you can have it. I was like, oh, yes. Because it's banana cake with cream cheese icing. I was like, hell yeah. You turn banana into a cake? Poor dude? Yeah, I'm eating nanners right now. Watch, he joins chat and he's like, what the fuck? But like, I live at an on-center government trade school. Showed up on my 21st birthday. Been here for about 5 months. Okay. An on-center government trade school. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know if we have those where I am. I assume it's just a trade school that's run by the government, but... This cake is so good. My brother gave it to me because he's like, yeah, it's alright. I just, not for me. It tastes good, but it's not something I'm really for. I mean, this is one of the best things I've ever ate. Unfortunately, now my coffee doesn't taste sweet. That's fine. I get a write-up for being late for morning chores, which I still completed. Wait, what? So is this like a military-related kind of trade school thing then? Because that seems a little odd to me. Help, darling. Not really military, but it's government funded. Ah, okay. But it feels like you're being controlled by military fucking regime bullshit. Gotcha. Getting written up for not having chores. Or I guess being late for them. Like, that's weird. That's weird to me, at least. Seems a little odd to me. It could just be that I've never experienced that, and that's why it's odd, but oh well. Quack. Oh man, this cake is a little too sweet for my teeth. Go back into my room, and my friggin' unicorn blanket is nowhere to be seen. They stole your blanket? Are you telling me they stole your blankie? What the fuck? No way. If someone stole my blankie, I would go scorched earth, bro. I mean, mind you, mine is a hentai blanket. But still, I get it. I used to have a Winnie the Pooh blanket, which is funny because I never actually watched Winnie the Pooh. But I love that thing. Oh, Geki will send me an Instagram message, but he won't hop in chat. I'm gonna reply to him. I'm a bitch. You bitch. Oh, he didn't send me anything. Now I'm confused. Why did it give me a notification saying he replied to me? What? I don't understand. All right. They forced graduated my roommate because they're assholes. They finally got around to throwing in bedding out. And they mistook my blanket for theirs. Lucky someone dumpster dived for it. But I almost chose violence today. Jeez, yeah, I would too. I'd be like, who the if it's on your bed, like what? Why would they throw out someone else's stuff for one? But number two, how do they not know what belongs to other people if they are regulating when you do chores? All right, like what the fuck? If you're gonna be paying attention to shit, pay attention to everything. That is terrible. I literally would go scorched earth, bro. Like, I would make a huge stink of that. I'd make such a complaint, man. It fell off my bunk, and staff even said to not touch it. My baymates made the mistake. Oh, man, I would fucking... Oh, it's clobbering time, bro. Fuck them up. Oh, by the way, the next thing I plan to add to stream is, remember how we used to have the zooms where it would zoom in on my face? I'm gonna be doing those. Hear me out, what up? How you doing, homie? What's up? Talk about the blankie being stolen and being dumpster dived to save it. What you up to, Holmes? How you been? Are you new here? On Kick? Not really. I just don't really care to try and grow on Kick. Like, Twitch is the main thing, as you can see. There's more people in... Well, I guess it's more just Tank that's talking, but they're telling me their story of the day. So, yeah. And also, Twitch is the one that has all the integrations to be able to control stream. So, like, they're able to, like, do stuff like, do this, and, like, they can do that, and, like, this. And they can do, like, this. Like, chat is able to control all this. Actually, Kick added more stuff. Yeah, but it doesn't have the channel point integration for the program that I use. Because its API is still locked behind that. So, once their API improves and I figure out how to mess around with that, I will definitely add the same integration. I would pass fist by my roommate that left helped me name my blanket, but I'm still salty for what they did to my friend. Ah, ooh, fair. Kick API was open recently. Was it actually? Oh. Well, hopefully the program I use either just takes it over or I relearn how to script shit. That's awesome, though. Thank you. Like, I did not know that. I wonder if I can figure that... Hold on, let me check real quick to see if there's something similar I can mess with then right now. Because if there is, I know what I'm doing after stream. Because after stream, I originally planned to just update it so that I had the zoom ins. So, like, the screen would just zoom in and, like, you know, chat would still stay over there and everything, but, like, it would be pushed off screen. It's going to mess with those a little bit. Okay, so it's got the emotes. What did this do? All right, and then cat appearance, mod actions, view to users, pop out chat, identity. It doesn't look like it has what I'm looking for. You can do commands on Kick. Realize stream element. Yeah, that's not what I use. So there's channel points over on Twitch, but channel points is how they do it. It kind of incentivizes people to stick around for stream because the longer that you're here, the more points you have, and when you have points, you're able to, you know, change stuff, and then, like, they want to activate something on screen like this.
No.
They can, you know, there's other stuff that they can do where they, again, they can change, like, the background, they can change, like, the microphone, they can change the chair, they can change the drink, you know. There's gonna be more stuff tonight as well after I done. Oh, that's kind of neat. I don't know if I like the strikeout through the top there. I might need to resize that, but whatever. You know, there's much stuff like this. I have a very user-controlled stream. Has no ads. I mean, I make money if people watch ads, and I make money if people, you know, subscribe, and then, you know. But I really don't care if people use an ad block or not, which kind of sucks ass with shitty ads. Yeah, I mean, fair, but, like, you know, I was just telling a story about how I'm trying to find a job. So every few cents helps. But no, I definitely feel you. I have ad blockers installed myself. And I have no issues if people use ads or ad blockers on when watching my shit. At least Twitch don't take your money. And it kind of does. I'm not overly concerned about, you know, growing on Kick or anything. It's just somewhere else that I can stream and other people can come hang out. Ain't no bitch for Twitch. Fair. I'm gonna set this back to my defaults real quick. just in case people want to change it, they can. No, that was supposed to be this. Nope. Wait, nope. This is this. This is this. There we go. But no, I feel you on that one. Now I gotta catch up with Twitch chat real quick. Blanket's name was Unica Starshine. Thought I should share that. Twitch is integrated capitalism. Moisty, I can drink some fucking moisty. Hell yeah. See, I want to add another thing. This is actually just coming to mind right now, but I want to add something that's a notification for when moisture is, requested, which is, hydrate, but based off that one YouTube video I made forever ago. So I think just having the Moisture Boy pop up on screen, just go moisture, would be kind of funny, and that'd be easy enough for me to set up. Have him like pop in from that side. And it just says like moisture, and then I'm like, oh, okay, guess it's time to drink something. Yeah, the integration capitalism kind of helps. But no, I feel you. I'm not a huge fan of Twitch. Like, they're definitely going to go downhill. Like, the way they're treating shit. I went and deleted a bunch of stuff, like my saved highlights, because I guess no one used highlights. I did, right? I had just under 1,000 hours of highlights, I think. And you're only allowed 100 hours. And I was like, oh, so got rid of all that. Because it's like, I'm not really using most of it. Kick for the win. Kink's all right. Again, once it gets to the same level of like integration as Twitch, hell yeah. But I'll need to mess around with the API a little bit and see if I can do some custom script stuff. Because if there's able to be command related stuff, then maybe. Yeah. If I people over with the storage BS. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. But like that's mostly like most people never used it, right? I used it just to have like a backup saving of past streams, but I already have a VOD channel and now I also multi-stream to YouTube. So it's already saved to the YouTube channel. So get more attention on Kick than Twitch's BS traffic. Well, if you're trying to grow by streaming, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to create content on other platforms. But that's the main thing. I used to only use like Twitch and stuff like that, and that wasn't really working for me. And then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to do proper content creation, like actual YouTube videos. So, it's been amazing to me. Yeah. I mean, I think it's the first platform I've been on that I didn't interact with staff and befriend some. Because back when I used to stream out Trovo, I knew some Trovo, like actual like higher ups in it. And then I had a Twitch contact for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just because I was associated with so many like partners. YouTube, I never had a connection. DLive, I was connected with the upper management of there. Like I was just very good at interacting with people to a point of like, hey, let's be friends, and then like they'll give me like little insider things, and it was super nice. All right. What's Kick? Kick is another streaming platform, and that's what you can see the K right there. It's very similar to Twitch, both in layout and the way it works. But like there's a little bit, it hasn't been around nearly as long, right? So it doesn't deal with a lot of the same problems that Twitch has for being around for so long, but it also has some problems that Twitch solved in the past, But soon enough, it's going to be catching. I honestly think Kick is going to overtake Twitch within a year or two if Twitch keeps going the way it is. But yeah. How many streaming services are there? A lot. So. Plus again, staff contact, actual contact. Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't reached out to any of the Kick staff. I haven't had Kick staff hop in my chat and hang out, at least to my knowledge. But, I don't know, I befriended, people in, like, the platforms that I went to. Better, way better, 2 years? Yeah. But, yeah, I see, I honestly see Kick overtaking Twitch if Twitch keeps going down the way that it is. Like, nobody is liking what Twitch is doing. And, like, I said a few years ago, like, they're doing companies going out of business stuff, and it's looking pretty bad. So, fair. I mean, I'll use it because it's it's my larger streaming platform. Like, if I really wanted to be, streaming to the most people, I would just go live on my, like, IRL TikTok account, because, I've got, like, I think that's roughly 50% of my following across all my platforms. Mind you, a large portion of my following is also on the adult website that I used to stream on. Back when I used to do that. Because, I used to be an adult film star, shall we say. I wouldn't say star, but, I did that stuff. So. Which I had a connection there, too. Now I'm thinking about it. So shocked? Not? Yeah. I mean, I think the main thing is just, like, the way I saw it. There's 8 billion people on this planet. You don't think you're someone's kink? So, it was easy money. And that was actually before I started doing Twitch. Like, actively. So. I love corn. Valid. Yeah. Just can fuck up. It was actually mostly old men. I'm not gonna lie. Mind you, I was very twinky at the time. Go to R34. Yeah. Well, it was IRL stuff, right? So, 30 old ass men. Hey, they're the ones with money. That was actually a funny thing that I had to explain to a buddy of mine. He's like, aren't you, like, worried that it's gonna be, like, old men watching you? I'm like, why? He goes, well, like, it's old men. I'm like, the ones with money? Like, I was making $100 a day doing this, bro. Like, I'm not gonna complain. Like, I have standards. That's fair. It's not for everybody, The way I saw it, I'm not overly ugly, so fuck it. We ball. Sugar dads, sugar grandpas. Do I post pics in cool collectibles? It depends on what you're trying to post. Each channel in the Discord has a description on what it's for. So if it fits that description, then go for it. Just remember that most of the showing off stuff is not to have chat with it. So if you look at like the wallpapers one, it's just wallpapers. You fuck no. Hey, each their own. The way I saw it, I needed money, and it was a way to make money. To drink more of my coffee. Is getting a job? Oh, I had a job. That was back when I had 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job. And the way that I saw it was... Why did that not work? Give me a second. I'm gonna see why that isn't working. Gonna connect. There we go. Now it should work. Alright, BB, I'm gonna give you the points back for that. Okay, making content better. Well, I mean, the thing is, I was working a shit ton. I was just like, hey, fuck it, it's extra money. Was wanting to show off my glass collection and unicorns. My glass collection is just filled with figurines I consider unique. That's awesome. Alright, I'll definitely check that out after stream. The uranium glass juicer. What the hell? Yeah. Just hear me out. Why? Just why? Yeah. It was just something I did back in the day, and I had a decent following on there. I think it was a little under 10,000 followers I had there. It was just something I did, like, I don't know, once or twice a week. It was like, fuck it, why not? That was my thought process. And I was like, yeah, $100 a day, usually on average, sometimes more, sometimes less, but on average, it was about $100 every night I did it. That was just, something to do. I was like, why not? It was pretty much just the same as what we're doing right now, but it was me, IRL, and mostly clothesless. Mostly clothesless. Sometimes completely, but usually it had some clothes on. Easy way to get more money was just wear stuff and then they tip to have you take it off. And then later, it's for a certain amount of time, then you get money, then you put it back on. Then haha. It was a nice little workaround thing I did back in the day. Yeah, BB, do you mind using another channel point redeem and seeing if it works now. And I'll give you back your points for it. Yeah, that was a thing that I did years back. Mind you, I did just re-verify my account because it unverifies after about 5 years. So I re-verified it because I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Just in case I decide to go back to that. My IRL content is nothing like that anymore. Now it's talking about like cryptids, mythology, crypto, spirituality, folklore, that kind of stuff. That's some mean shit that I do. Oh, and some theology, demonology, stuff like that. All like the spooky stuff. That's my IRL content.
Oh well.
Bet you BB's at work. Bro just works nonstop, and then he'll take like months off from working, and then he goes right back to working nonstop. And I love these VTubers doing covers. Orva is the best though. Oh my god. Well, Lekale. Actually, I really like Lekale. Kind of have like a parasocial love for her, just based off voice and model. Showed my buddy a picture of her VTuber model. He goes, "Well, I understand why you love that one." I was like, "Why?" He goes, "You don't see it?" I was like, "See what?" He goes, "You don't see it." I was like, "See what?" He's like, "She looks incredibly similar to the girl that you were just dating that you broke up with on good terms." And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that." He goes, "How?" And I was like, I didn't think about it. VTuber, real life person, my brain just completely dissociates the two. You know, VTubing is just like strictly like, haha, I'm stupid funny going online. Real life is like, hey, what's up? How you doing today? A lot more chill. Whereas this, I'm like,
What up? What up? What up? I gotta be energy.
and then, you know, I do this for like 3-4 hours, and then I'm like, ugh. All right. All VTubers are hot. This is completely incorrect. 100% incorrect. I know a lot of really ugly models, dude. Bio, what the fuck? Why are you the way you are, bro? How's it going, buddy? Finishing this coffee, I swear to God. LMAO, fuck you, Bio. Oh, boy. Oh, by the way, I did add the ADHD things back. So if you guys want, let's get some more viewers up in this bitch. Watch this. Now we'll have viewers. It'll entertain their ADHD. Yep. That'll work. That right there. We'll have viewers. I guarantee it. The brain rot works, guys. You put Subway Surfers on screen, you're good. There's also another one that's Minecraft. It goes over there. Takes up like a third of the screen, too. But,
Oh well.
music probably paused. Or it's about to. Alright. Now I can't pay attention. You were the cure for my ADHD trash. No, this is the cure for the ADHD. This is how TikTok works, right? You have the Subway Surfers off on the side and you listen to me the whole time. And then when it's done, you look over and it's like, oh, I'm still watching this. It's called viewer retention. I don't know what's HD, but my doctor said I have 80 of them. Yeah, I hate TikTok. I mean, I can't say I hate TikTok considering it's like my largest platform. So, to be fair, I don't think TikTok following really counts quite the same as like somewhere else. Because like, I don't know, I have roughly the same amount of interaction on both platforms. Unless I'm doing like an IRL stream, in which case I get a shit ton of interaction on that stream and I'm talking to like fucking like 80 people at the same time. But I think that's more just people are like, oh, someone's actually talking about spoopy cryptids and stuff like that and they don't sound like a fucking idiot. and you know they actually know what they're talking about because they're talking about Native American stuff. Oh, they're part Native American. Oh, that makes sense. I had someone come into my chat on TikTok a couple years back, and I was wearing my one jacket, and on the side of it, it says warrior, right? Because it's the Mohawk warrior tribes, um, like design and logo and stuff like that. And on the chest piece, it has the Mohawk warrior, no, Mohawk warrior, the Mohawk warrior, symbol, like on the mask. But it was the Chicago Blackhawks, exclusive jacket that they made with the tribe. And so it was like, oh, what makes you think you're allowed to wear that? And I was like, I don't know, maybe the fact that I'm Native American. And like, also, it's a fucking jacket. Like, it was, Seamus, what up, bitch? All right. I was like, oh, like, maybe the fact that I'm fucking Native American. And they were like, oh, well, I'm like, oh, did you think I was white? I'm white passing. Thanks, buddy. I'm mixed. But I was just like, yeah, no, like, also, fuck you. And like, the entire chat was like, number one, who the fuck are you? We've never seen you here before. Number two, who the fuck do you think you are? It's like you came to a live of a channel that is. Brain rot. The cat brain rot. All right. I always do that. I think it's funny. But there was like, who the fuck are you? You come to a channel that is literally like ran by someone that is part native, talking about Native American folklore and spirituality, and you think you can tell them that they can't wear that, their own fucking shit. Well, like, well, technically it's not my tribe, but like, we're all one people, so like, fuck it. It was fucking hilarious just seeing everyone just bash this motherfucker. I was like, huh, this was good. This was good. I liked this. I was digging in the garden this morning when I found a box full of gold coins. I was about to tell my wife about my discovery, but then I remembered why I was digging the hole to begin with. Well then. Hank, can you do me a favor? In chat, can you type in exclamation mark dad joke with no spaces? Hey, people who appropriate culture, culture should be shared. Yeah, there's a big difference between like cultural appropriation and cultural sharing, you know? Oh, you both did it. There we go. Went on a date last night with a girl from the zoo. It's great. The keeper. That was a good one. I like that one. That was the moon cut his hair. Eclipse it. Yeah, I brought back that command. There's also do it one at a time, so wait for the other one to do it. So Tank, can you do it first? Type in exclamation mark cute, and then after it pops up, you do that as well, Bio. Bios was better. I mean, they're just random dad jokes. Yeah. 7% cute. Bio's a 6. Damn it. Hold on, let's see. All right, let's see. By the way, I have absolutely no control over this. I'm probably going to get pretty bad too. Let's see. Oh, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I legitimately do not have control over that, by the way. That is purely all on Stream Elements. They do that, not me. Gotta apologize. I got so deep into sorting out my housing situation to watch and give feedback on your video, but got approved for a rental today. So when my stuff's all moved, I'll sort that out. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. You got a place going? Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna steal your cuteness. Bitch, fuck you. Think about it this way. Together, we're 100%. Also, I'm out of coffee. I'm gonna go make another cup of coffee. You receive money, 2 ads are playing? Hell yeah. I'm gonna go make a coffee, though. Alright? So, I will be back in about a minute, hopefully. It might be 2 minutes. But hopefully only a minute. Alright? Alright, what did I miss? When does a joke become a dad joke? When it leaves for milk and it never seen again. Jesus Christ. Okay. They're making... I have no idea what that word is supposed to be. Something per Blackberry. Let's fucking go. Love this song. Haven't heard the English version in a long while. Oh, yeah. This is Narissa Ravencroft from HoloLive. But, oh, I see. It saw it as a link because you didn't put a space between the period and the... Alright. Dr. Pepper? Disgusting! Fucking disgusting! Black... Dr. Pepper. Disgusting. How could you? Nasty. Nasty. I'm not a fan of Dr. Pepper. I mean, it just... It tastes like someone didn't know how to make a fucking drink, so they threw everything in it. That's what it tastes like to me. I love anything blackberry. That's fair. I'm not the same. To me, if it's Dr. Pepper, it usually just tastes like shit. People are like, oh, blasphemy. I'm like, it's what does it taste like? It's a bunch of different flavors. It's this and it's that. It's like, tastes like when you take like a cup and you're at like McDonald's or whatever and you just put every drink into it, but not as good. Like, live in Kentucky, wild blackberry is the best. Yeah, I live in Canada. Good luck finding wild berries that aren't just like... Well, we do have some, but they taste like shit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of most of the berries here, actually. Strawberries are pretty okay, but those are only around for a few months.
Oh well.
It'd be what it be. Who the fuck added me on Discord? What? Canada Dry is an overrated ginger ale? Did you really just say that in the Canadians chat? Did you really just say that in the Canadians chat? Huh? I'll fucking have your head. I don't know, ginger ale's ginger ale. It all tastes the fucking same. I have no idea how I'm even supposed to fucking pronounce that. I mean, it's ginger ale. They all taste the exact same unless they're a flavored one. And the only reason that you should ever really be drinking ginger ale is, number one, you don't have Sprite or Mountain Dew or 7-Up to mix with your whiskey. Or if you're not feeling well. Ale 8-1. I'll take your word for it. I've never even heard of that. I don't think that's even where I live. But, yeah, no. Ginger ale is just one of those drinks where it's like, I'm not feeling well, my stomach is upset. All right, I'm going to drink some ginger ale. Or, I don't have Sprite, I don't have 7-Up, and I don't have Mountain Dew. I need something to mix with my whiskey. And I don't have Coca-Cola. I have a clear soda is around. Ginger ale will work. That's about it. To be fair, though, I'm not a huge fan of soda to begin with. Now, if you give me Mountain Dew, that's a little bit different. I will down cases of Mountain Dew. Doesn't even matter what flavor it is. Even Code Red, and I hate fucking cherry. Is it cherry? I think it's cherry. Yeah, it's cherry. There's just something about Mountain Dew that I'm like, hell yeah. I had the Mountain Dew Hot Cheetos. That was literally just Orange Crush. That was all. And wrong, you try this, you'll fall in love. It was produced and bottled here in Kentucky. I don't think so, buddy. Ginger ale is not a go-to drink for anybody. Nope. If it is, something wrong with you. You need to sort out some problems. Nah, ginger ale is no. That is a I don't feel well drink, and that's it. Or this is a mixed drink. That's all. No sirree. Not for me. But you give me Mountain Dew? I'll drink Mountain Dew, but I'm not really one for soda, you know? Energy drinks, yeah, whatever. Like, I like energy drinks. But the only, I assume you mean ginger ale. I consider drinking occasionally. Yeah, no, I still couldn't. Ginger ale tastes like ginger ale. Doesn't matter if it's store brand, if it's an expensive brand. Ginger ale. Tastes the exact fucking same. Oh well. You guys like my little bit of glowing I got going on too? Supposed to be like cyberpunky stuff that I got, but obviously I'm using a V-Roid, so I'm very limited. Better in a glass bottle. All sodas are. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Any drink that you get, it's always better when it comes from a glass bottle. Doesn't matter like if it's soda. It doesn't matter if it's juice. It doesn't matter if it's beer. You get it out of a glass bottle, it's gonna taste way better. I think the one exception is barreled alcohol, but then barreled alcohol you pour into a glass anyways. And even then, like when you get alcohol from a barrel, you got to get rid of all the carbonation. So, by the way, trick to doing that: just take a shake of salt, throw it in there, and then it foams it all up, gets rid of all the carbonation. We'll mail you a 6-pack of ginger ale. I'm good. I don't need it. Plus, I'll probably get tear upped on that motherfucker. No, I'm not really a soda drinker, though. I'm drinking coffee right now because I don't have money to buy gamer subs. I also found out that you could put gamer subs on Throne, so now that's one of the things that's in the quote-unquote health question mark category collection. I was like, fuck it, why not? Yeah, I got random stuff in there. There's also I have the Taco Bell hot sauce in there. In health question mark? Because I mean, arguably, it's for my health. Sorry, I was reaching over to go and grab something. Gamer subs in the whiskey? Maybe. I remember the one brand that I was partnered with, Swift Lifestyles, I think it was. Was it Swift? Yeah, it was Swift Lifestyles. Which I am still technically partnered with, but I don't promote them because, well, it's just like no growth with it. And like, there's like, oh, have like your own exclusive, like flavor and blah blah, but it's not exclusive. It just has a different label on it and your name. It's one of the main flavors that they've got, all of them. Anyways, I had the bubblegum one. It literally tasted like Hubba Bubba. Very dangerous with the vodka. So, gamer subs, I've only mixed with water. Well, I think I mixed it with McDonald's Sprite once. Yeah. But if I'm gonna be having gamer subs, I almost always get the anime girl thighs. Just because, you know, orange creamsicle is my shit. Right now, is drinking coffee. Because that's what I can afford. More cost effective. Very yummy. I need alcohol, or I need to move to Canada. Don't move to Canada. Please, whatever you do, do not move to fucking Canada. This is... It's beautiful if you are nowhere near other people. Other than that, no. It is one of the worst fucking countries to live in. Plus our economy is fucked, our housing is fucked, job market is fucked, everything is fucked. Like, it's one of the most fucking racist countries on the planet. And people are like, oh no, they're super polite. Yeah, we're children on our best behavior when we're in another country, dude. Like, the amount of, like, racism that's here is fucking crazy. It is a lot worse than America. Like, let me put it this way. I hear my American friends complain about stuff, and it's not just, like, friends that are close to the border or some shit. No, like, I have friends in Texas, I have friends in California, I have friends in Florida, I have friends in Idaho, I have friends in Colorado, I have friends in New York, I have friends in fucking, Illinois. Like, I've got friends over in, what's the ones that are pretty much Canadians? Minnesota, right? I got friends all over, right? Washington, right? I've heard all of them complain about stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy. And I'm like, is that not normal? That is pretty fucking normal here, man. And like, don't get me wrong. There are some people that have lived a very sheltered life. And there was someone I was talking with not too long ago, and apparently they lived a very fucking sheltered life because they live in Texas, and they were talking about how it's way worse in America and blah 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, no, like Canada's really fucked up, dude. And homie was just like, nah, man, like it's nothing compared to here. I'm like, there was literally a lynching 2 towns over from me last year. No, it's like legitimate racism. And then he's like, oh, let me Google it real quick. And then he Googles it. He goes, yeah, the last known lynching in Canada was in the 1800s. I'm like, do you really think that a small town is going to publicize that? I only know about it because I was going through town while it was fucking, like, the fallout of all that was going on, right? I'm like, I live literally, like, a town over from, like, actually, I don't want to say that because I'll dox myself. What's another thing that's relevant? Oh, there was a Nazi house in my town, or not my, yeah, in my town. Yeah, there was, like, one of, like, Hitler's, like, higher-up guys that escaped. Yeah, and then he ran for fucking, what is it, the mayor of the nearby city. Back in the mid-1900s, 1960s, I think. Yeah. Like, Canada's not a good country, man. I want to get cozy with the Geneva suggesters. Okay, that's fine. You know what's funny? You know what's a lot better of a place to go to? And has better laws than both America and Canada? And the people are nicer than both Americans and Canadians? Fucking Australia. Go there. If you can take an insult, you just move there. But all the animals are gonna try to kill me. Even the plants want to kill me. I want to kill you. You want to come here? What? No, just go to Australia. People there are so much nicer. Swear to God. I've never met an Australian that was mean to me and they meant it in a bad way. They're mean to you because that's how they show endearment. Those are the actual nice people. You come to Canada and then people, like, to be fair, Canada's also really fucked up because our immigration laws are a little bit fucked right now. And we're turning even more racist in this country because of all the immigration. Because, okay, I wouldn't say I have any issues with people from anywhere, right? Like, I make jokes about stuff, but I legitimately do not have a problem with where you're from. I don't care where you're from. You're nice to me, I'm nice to you. But here's the thing. If you come to my country, and 50,000 of you come to my country on a school visa, and 20,000 of you are the only ones that went to school. If 30,000 of you, or I might have those two reversed, but either way, no, it was 20,000, sorry. Yeah. If 20,000 of you don't go to those classes and use your school visa as a way to work, not only did you take away positions for that seat, like those in those classes from Canadians that want to go to school and were pushed out because they let you in instead, and you didn't even show up, right? You came here to work instead of using your school visa. So not only did you take a position in a school away from, like a university or a college, away from a Canadian, you're also taking a job away from a Canadian. A job that you're not legally allowed to have, but because, you know, people here are fucking stupid and they don't know the difference between a work visa and a school visa, they let you work. So you've technically fucked over 40,000 people. The 20,000 of you. I'm not a big fan of that. And I understand why people are becoming racist because of that. Because, hey, you come to our country and you literally fucked over a bunch of Canadians. Not very nice. Like, not cool. Marijuana? Yeah, marijuana's been legal here for a long time. But, I mean, whatever. I don't smoke weed, so I don't give a fuck. It's just, no. Marijuana is illegal in Australia? That I don't know. But yeah, no, I understand why people are becoming so fucking bigoted here. But it's like, bro, like, I hate you on the merit of your character, not on where you're from. Like, that's my thing. And it's not hard for me to hate you, but, like, still. But stuff like that rubs me the wrong way. Like, don't fuck over people when you come to their country. Like, that's just not what you do. And, like, the amount of people that come to Canada, they don't speak English or French. It's like, if you're going to live here, learn the language. You can visit and not know the language, that's fine. But if you're going to live somewhere, you got to learn that language. I'm not going to go to fucking Germany and not expect to try and learn German. Or not go to, like, you know, like Japan and not speak Japanese, right? Like, it makes sense. If you're going to go somewhere and live there, learn the language, you know? I can see why now. May just visit my streamer buds and dip. Yeah, honestly, yes. It's so much better, right? And like, there's so many beautiful things and adventures that you can go on in Canada, right? Like, there's a train ride that literally goes from the tip of Ontario, right? Like the southern tip, which is the most southern part of all of Canada, that goes all the way to BC, right? That's essentially going from New York to Washington, all right? And not Washington, D.C., no, like Washington. It's pretty much the exact same distance. And you get to see like all the different landscapes that Canada has, right? You get to see all the forests, the swamps, the mountains, the cliffs, you know, and like the giant, like, the prairies. Like, there's so much beautiful stuff. Like, it would be super fucking expensive, but I mean, it'd be cool, you know? And then, like, you can always go up to, like, Muskoka here in Ontario and see, like, all, like, the cave systems and, like, the big, like, cliff faces and all of the Inukjuks. Is it Inukjuks? I think they're Inukjuks. I might be using the wrong word right now because I haven't used that word in a long while. Yeah, Inukjuk. Yeah, there's a shit ton of Inukjuks there. Okay. If I ever leave America, I'm bringing the knowledge of moonshine with me. Oh, no, you don't need to do that when you come to Canada. We've got that down pat. If you ever need moonshine, there's always a Canadian that knows how to make it nearby. It's very illegal to do, but I would argue on every street, there's at least 5 people that have a moonshine operation in their basement, all right? Or at least something similar, like making wine, making moonshine, making beer, making mead. Like, there's literally, like, I think probably close to, like, 7 or 8 people on my street alone that all make, like, moonshine or wine. And then, like, 2 streets over, someone is really good at making mead. Please, how is that worse than the lynching? Wait, what? What? Oh, you're talking about, like, the law type stuff? Now I'm confused on that question. I'm very confused, brother. I like how my tracking gets all messed up when I go and drink my coffee. My coffee, you know what? I'm actually not going to complain because I put in less of my creamer, so it tastes more bitter, and I like that right now. That was illegal, but we do it anyway. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't say it was worse. No. Obviously, you know, killing someone because of the color of their skin is fucked up. Right? That happened only a couple towns over from me. Oh, yeah, going back to that story. That person was like, well, it's not in the news. I'm like, yes, because a small town is going to self-report that and then have the entire town investigated by the nearby city, county, officers and stuff like that. Well, I guess it wouldn't be the city. It'd probably be just the county officers, but still, you know, OPP don't fuck around. RCMP, they don't know how to do their jobs. But the OPP does not fuck around. So, I know because I know several OPP officers, which is the Ontario Provincial Police. So, but yeah, no one wants to, you know, have that just because I was going through and then, you know, people are bitching about it, what happened, and then you can kind of see where it happened and shit. And yeah. And homie was just like, yeah, well, it's not in the news. This is the age of technology. I'm like, how sheltered of a fucking life have you lived, bro? Like, why? You honestly think everything gets reported? There's a reason why we have serial killers. They aren't found out immediately, you know? Yeah, someone died. Congrats. They were found how long after? Oh, cool. Oh, grandma fell down the stairs and she died at the bottom of the stairs because, you know, no one checked on her for a week. Why wasn't it reported the first day? You know, like, people don't find out shit if people don't want shit to be found out. That's how it works. I'm thinking in my head, like, this motherfucker is stupid as fuck. Like, bruh, how sheltered of a life do you live? Like, what? Bro, come on. And they're just like, and then I mentioned about how they're like, oh, well, your healthcare is better. I'm like, our healthcare is significantly worse than America. Like, well, then you don't have the debt. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have debt than die. Because I literally had a buddy bleed out in the fucking waiting room because someone else had a cough and it's first come, first served unless you arrive in a fucking ambulance. He goes, well, where's the news article about that? I'm like, that's not how that shit fucking works. You know, like, people die in the hospital all the time. They aren't reporting every death, you know? For Texan, they only know hot ass day and carry a firearm when walking the ranch. No, they're very liberal. We'll go with that. they want to move to California, okay? But no, and most of my American friends, the vast majority of them, live in Texas. And I plan to move to Texas one day. So it has nothing to do with Texas. It has to do with them just living a sheltered life. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be friends with this person anymore. This is just not worth it. And then they like falsely accused me of being anti-vax. I'm like, how the fuck do you get anti-vax from me? You know, like what? I'm fully vaccinated. The only thing I didn't get vaccinated for was COVID. And you know why? Is because it would kill me. Because I'm immunocompromised to such a degree that adding anything to my system will fuck me up. You know, like my grandfather also had a stroke the day after he ended up getting it. Hadn't had a stroke in 13 years. I wonder what kickstarted that. You know, an untested fucking vaccination. Oh, well, it's actually been tested because, you know, they've been knowing about, like, yes, I know why it's called COVID-19. Because it's SARS-CoV-2-9, all right? So it's the second iteration of the tests. Yes, okay, that's how we make stuff. It doesn't mean that we're making vaccinations the whole time. We're seeing how things mutate. That's why. Like, we don't come up with the vaccinations in a year, and we don't have 3 different types all in the same year. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I only know super hot or super cold days, and I carry guns and knives. Fair bio, but you're also cool. I have no idea what those were supposed to be, because they got messed up. I love to give friends a British hello. Yeah, I mean, I've got my collection of sharp, pokey objects. You know, I like mine. I was eating cake earlier with one. It was just one of my utility knives. Well, I call it a utility knife. It's a... How do I want it? It's not... It's a folding knife. But, like, it's a wide blade. I forget the exact style name. Whatever. It was wide enough to use as a spoon. Is mine 3 feet long? I don't know if I have a 3 foot long blade anywhere. I might. Do I have any swords? Yeah, I've got a machete. Yeah, no, I got one right there. What am I talking about? Yeah, I do. I'm fucking dumb. I was like, it wouldn't fit in my knife box. And then I look over here and I'm like, oh yeah, under my desk, there's my machete. Wait, Bio, I showed you my knife collection. I know I'm ignorant, but I'm willing to learn and tolerate, but I'm scared of extremists and immense ignorance. I mean, that's fair though. And like, not knowing something is not bad, all right? Like, acknowledge, like, arguing that you are right because you are ignorant, that's where the problem is. But if you are willing to learn and be like, hey, I don't know enough about this subject to have an opinion, that is way more respectable than just like trying to stand my ground. This is the hill I'm gonna die on and then be proven wrong. Like, fuck you, you know? Wide enough to use as a spoon? Yeah, it's a knife that was wide enough to use as a spoon. It's just like a folding knife. I think it's a fishing one, but not filleting. I think it's a gutting knife, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about fishing, right? Oh no, I use it as just a basic utility knife for everything. So, I have a Smith & Wesson kukri. Hey, nice. I have a 240 layer Damascus straight razor that I made. Okay, well, not everyone has a forge and carpentry shit. All right, fuck you. I wish I did. That's the kind of stuff I want to get into. All right, that's it. Bio, I'm moving in. Biosmith, yeah. Well, he does make really cool stuff. I think the first voice call of mine that he hopped into and like turned on his camera, he showed me this really cool like wood burning that he did, and then I was like, "Oh, cool! It's wood burning." He goes, "Yeah." Then he started listing off the wood of it and everything. I was like, "Oh, cool." Would hire you? Hell yeah! I'd need to be in America for that to work, but yeah. I'm a quick learner. I'm very stupid, but I understand wisdom. I'm wise. Wise, but not smart. You know? I acknowledge when I don't know something. I get someone else to do it, or teach me how to do it, and then I learn it. You mean the Flareon cheese board? Yeah! That was the first thing that you showed me on camera before. That was the first time I ever saw you on camera. Work better with my hands. Brain work is rough. I'm kind of able to do both, but I don't like using my brain. Like, I am a grunt through and through, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, like, all this customization shit that is on my stream, it takes work, right? And it's a little bit of thinking to be able to get things working, and I can think. I just don't like using my brain. right? Like, I'm a licensed life insurance agent. I used to write contracts for a living. I know how to do that, you know? I can be very legalese with people, right? And start talking a whole lot of, like, nonsense, but it's actually, you know, all correct, right? Or I can discuss advanced theoretical physics in pertaining to, like, time travel, because that's shit that I'm interested in. But then I sometimes can't do basic math or know certain words. I say gooder, okay? Like, that's a thing, right? So, but, like, you want me to pick thing up, move it? I got you. That's my specialty. You want me to grab axe, cut wood? Got you. Easy. You want me to build table? I build table. Okay. You know, hammer, nail, good. All right, like, I like doing the dumb shit, you know? I'm a grunt taking a CT course? Yeah, I'm a grunt 100%, bro. Working in, construction as a general laborer for a bricklayer? Oh, that was the best. I got jacked real quick, too. You want I can hop in your VC with you real quick? No, fuck you. This is my streaming only one. This is for the people that are my mods, pretty much. Pretty much just my mods. Mods and X mods that are allowed in my streaming channel. Unless I'm like playing a game with somebody, in which case that's a little bit different. Okay, I'll go fuck myself then. Hell yeah, you will. Do it, pussy. I want a hard labor job. I'm trying to get a femboy build. Nah, I have a sleeper build, bro. I'm built like Spider-Man. I got that strength, but I also got, you know, the pretty boyness. But nah. I used to go for like the femboy thing. And now I'm sitting here like, nah, I put on way too much muscle. And I'm not even large anymore, but like, I put on too much muscle and now I'm like, I want to get back to that. Oh god, I miss it. Do it. I'm gonna do it in your Discord too. Well, stay in the 18 plus section then, bro. That man will do your thing. What about the pizza time? Pizza time, what? Man, now I'm hungry. Why would you do this to me? It's also after the treat stream thing pops up. God damn it. That shit doesn't even work right now. Probably all closed. Yep, everything's closed. Yay, treat stream. Oh well. So I won't suffer alone? Nani? I'm so confused. But you're VC? Not in mine. You're an AFK, bro. Alright. Hungry? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, but you're not able to join. At least I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I thought, you know. I was gonna say, you shouldn't have that permission. What the fuck? That's for mods. Mods and very specific other people that I've known for, like, 10 years. I posted my stuff in Cool Collection. Alright, let's see. Cool Collectibles. See a horse's ass. Actually really fucking cool. I like that. Nice. You're the first person to do it. Flips in via Xbox. It wouldn't work. Oh, my goddamn back hurts. So I'm thinking probably this coming Sunday, I'll do Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and we'll do an extra long stream, by the way, just so I can try to beat it all in one sitting. But I'm gonna see if I can talk to a buddy before then and get a GameCube controller from him, because my GameCube controller, it's garbo. I hate it. Right? It's a fucking Amazon one. I don't like it. It feels cheap as fuck. Yeah, alright. I love my unicorns, but the figurines took me 1.5 years to collect. Fair. I don't know, I like my cute shit, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I posted in the Discord server my bed with all my plushies and everything. But, like, it's funny. I have, like, this, like, punk, goth, emo, biker kind of look about me, and then you get to my bed, and then it's just like the cutest shit. Like, but other than that, everything is like, yeah, what's up, manly shit, whatever. And then like my the one person, it was my little brother's girlfriend. I think they're still dating. I don't know. It's not my horse. It's not my stable. They saw me wearing like color the one day, right? Because I only wear black, right? Like I only wear black, and I was wearing like this black and yellow bomber jacket that I've got. Or I guess it's more of a bomber sweater, but like whatever. And they're like, "You're wearing color?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I've never seen you wear color before. I'm like, I wear color fairly often, and they're like, "I've never seen you wear color. You only wear black." I'm like, okay, well, I have a bright pink fucking sweater with a big white heart on it that I also wear. Like, yeah, okay. I was like, all right, turned around, went back downstairs. You know, went over to my dresser. I swapped my sweater. Came back up. I was like, I do. And she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, my favorite color, dude. Like, so family buys storage lockers. I always take the glass animals that catch my eye. Started with the clear unicorn and hermit crab. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my hobby is more like collecting old consoles and old video games and stuff. More just hoarding a bunch of bullshit that I don't need, but you know. I kind of like transitioned to having a couple crystals, some rocks, little figurines, kind of like goth aesthetic stuff, but also with my cute shit. Yeah. Now it's actually my current fixation is books. I've been collecting a lot of books. I need to set up a bookshelf. But yeah. I want to finish off the books that I've got right now though before I buy any more. I'm a little sad though. The one person because I'm technically an editor for a YouTuber, but he hasn't sent me anything in like 2 months now, which is kind of sad. But it's just because his life's been too busy to be able to do anything with his gaming channel. But he wrote a couple, yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'm the editor for Darkness Prevails, like his gaming channel, not his main channel, just the gaming channel. And yeah, I have all of his books except for like the newest one. I don't think it's even out yet, but yeah. And then I started working for him. I was like, hell yeah. Same, but the glass animals is like the only specific thing I look for, but random junk I will always have space for it. Yeah, honestly. I don't think I ever disclosed who I was an editor for. Whatever. If you go on the gaming channel, you'll be able to see it. So, the stuff I dropped in that cool collectibles area. Oh my god, making me look at shit while I'm on fucking stream, you piece of Jesus Christ! God damn spam, holy fuck. I'm gonna vote down on all of them. How dare you pause my music, YouTube? Go fuck yourself. Got a Pikachu Nintendo 64 with Harvest Moon. Hey, yo. How much? When I have money, I'll buy that from you. 1896 Japanese flintlock. Everything else there I made? Well, they're not collectibles then if you made them, you stupid motherfucker. That's not my eyeball. All right, so what other dumb shit we got going on? What? Oh boy, I got the hiccup now. Do I? I don't know. Maybe. You have an IRL Minecraft chest. No, then it's a collectible. It's only a collectible if you're selling it. Making things does not make it a collectible. It makes it original. That's all. And based off that same influence then, do you have an IRL Legend of Zelda chest? Huh? Probably not. I do. does when it's one of a kind. No, it's not a collectible because it has no value to other people that aren't trying to collect it. Someone can buy it because it's original, but it's not a collectible. It has no history. You made it yourself. And unless you're like really fucking popular, and then people are like, I want that specifically because of them, it's one of a kind from them, that makes it a collectible. But that's not how to, no, shut up. You can't just keep it for yourself and call it a collectible after you made it. Bro, that's not how that works. Fuck you, bio. Fuck you. Actually, I did. Bullshit. Bullshit. Call bullshit. Picture it didn't happen. Yeah, if you just make something, it doesn't make it a collectible. Collectible to you, it's not collecting, it's making. That's completely different. Collecting is going and gathering, not making it yourself. Hunter-gatherer. Alright, you motherfucker. Bro's out here literally doing fucking agriculture and then saying that he's a hunter. Fuck you. Yeah, I hunt at the grocery store. Fuck you. Tell you what, give you a deal. I bought it when I had a good job for 200 USD. I'll let you have it for 120. One day when I have money, I will buy that from you. Fuck yeah. I fish at the Dollar General. What kind of fish do you get there? The gold ones. The snack that smiles back, but it doesn't smile because it's off-brand. It's a snack that frowns back as you're about to eat it. Just like I have a one-of-a-kind Pokeball vape that's custom. It's collectible. I had a guy at a con offer me well, I would have taken the $3,000, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But, like, it's not a collectible if you yourself make it. If someone else makes it for you, it's very debatable, all right? One of a kind does not make collectible. Handmade does not make collectible. If it's notable and others are seeking it out for their collection, that makes it a collectible. Oh, that's easy. All right, never mind. Tunua. Bro, guys, like off-brand tuna. It's called Tunua. Like that, I bought it for $100, but I had to pester the creator for 10 years to get it from him. Well, then I guess that sort of makes it a one-of-a-kind then, and you wanted to collect it, so that is a collectible. See the difference? Is a Belle Delphine bathwater cooler computer a collectible? That was a string of words I had never intended to read. Okay, hold on. What? Is the Belle Delphine bathwater cooler computer a collectible? What? Are you telling me that someone made a CPU cooler, like an AIO or like a closed fucking liquid-cooled PC, using the bathwater from that bitch? How much? I mean, I would seek it out, so I would collect it, therefore making it a collectible. How much did he have to buy? Hold up, wait. That was a tiny jar. She sold tiny jars. Wait. Looking at my AIO. Just using an AIO, not a closed system liquid cooling. It's got to be at least 2, maybe 3 jars. Bro, wasn't she selling those for like $100 or some a piece? Jesus Christ. Also, who the fuck sent me a friend request on Discord? Yep. Hated watching the assembly of that themed computer. Yes, the water cooler has her bathwater. It's like maybe an $8,000 computer for the theme and water. Jesus. The green-handled knife was made from the top 1/3 of a machete that broke off last summer. Interesting. My nose is itchy because I've been talking too much, and my natural voice vibrates my nose, and that makes my nose itchy. Man, I love this song so much. Also, I love that the microphone on screen is exactly where my microphone is in person. Like, hello, what up, bitch? How are you doing today, motherfucker? Do you like talking to me? Do you like talking to me, you stupid motherfucker? Anyways. Unicorn stump I found at a Goodwill for $15. Nice. I remember I bought this like Totoro like plushy scenery set thing where it had like all of the like I forget the names. Oh no. I only know Totoro's name off the top of my head. It was like a stump thing, but it had like the other little like fluffy dudes that look similar to Totoro. The only thing it didn't have was the cat bus thing. But I ended up buying that for my ex for like Christmas one year. And I'd never seen it before. But I found it and I was like, I love this. I need to buy this for her. She will love this because she loves Totoro. So I bet she still has it too, even though we haven't talked in like 5 years. Ceramic found in the wild. Also, my dad bought it for me because he owed me money. Hell yeah. But that's because I'm a penny pincher and would rather make my own instead of pay for it. Honestly, I'm the same way. I like building stuff. Oh, you guys see my stream. Like, all of this, like, chat control stuff, you know, like, all of this, I did this, you know? Like, I did all this for free because I don't like spending money. I usually could have, but I didn't. Anyways. Oh, I want to go... I don't have a pink one? That's a surprise. I thought it... Oop. I'll put this back to that, and then back to there, and then back to... Boom. Ah! Okay. I spent / lent my dad money at a horror con and didn't buy a plague doctor mask with matching top hat. You didn't? You're just a hoser. I'm a tradesman. We're not the same. Man, fuck you. I probably built more shit than you. You might have a little shop and all that, but I'm an ex-cosplayer, all right? Guarantee you I've made more. Fuck you. And I'm the son of a handyman that's been working on vehicles and, like, in the backyard building shit since I was 3 years old. Nah, I've definitely done more. Fuck you. Have you ever made a full set of articulating wings on, like, in one evening? Purely because your girlfriend at the time really wanted to be a bat type thing, or like a bat demon thing for Halloween, and it was for school, not even like a costume. It was like, well, I guess not a cosplay. It was just a costume. She just wanted that, and you're like, oh yeah, I can fucking build that, and then you do it in one evening. Fully articulating wings. Fuck you. You might be I was definitely a tradesman. I've worked in landscaping. All right. I've worked in construction. I've worked in fucking automotive. All right. Fuck you. I've done demolition. I've done renovation. Fuck you. 3 separate trade skills and currently teaching myself a 4th. Yeah, well, I just listed 4. And I started all this shit when I was 3. Learned how to install flooring. Fuck carpets. Honestly, not that hard. But no, I've done drywall. I've done, well, obviously, okay. Demolition, drywall, flooring, landscaping. I've done, what would you call filling in a pool? Because you have to take out all the cement and everything too, and drive like bobcats to move shit. Whatever. All that, you know. Plus, used to be an automotive mechanic, bricklayer. Well, I was the laborer for the bricklayer, but it's not like it was hard to do his job. He was an idiot, so. All right. Those are jobs, not trade. What the fuck you mean? What? A mechanic is a job, not a trade? Man, go fuck yourself. All right. And drywallers is a trade. Framers are a trade. That's part of renovation. Fuck carpets, yeah. That is 100% trade. General laborer was a different job entirely. I know, I was one. Mechanic is the only one you named that is a trade. Drywallers are trades. That's a trade. Demolition is also a trade. If you need certifications to do shit, it makes it into a trade, dummy. No, drywalling is not a trade. The fuck you to the electrician. Only if you're bad at your fucking job. I mean, if you're a drywaller, and the electrician didn't do their job, that's on them. Not hard to set all that shit up. But nah. But no, doing general labor. But a bricklayer is a trade. I wasn't the bricklayer, but that's a trade. I was his general laborer. That's why I know the distinction between the two. Landscaping is a trade. I know all this shit. I come from a family of tradesmen, dude. Fuck, my one brother, he's a tradesman. He works just building fences all day. My other brother, he's a tradesman. All he does is power washing. Well, I mean, technically he also does like gutter cleanouts and like resurfacings and, you know, that kind of shit. But it is a trade. I know, because he has to fucking go through all the fucking stupid shit for it. It's a trade. Exactly. He was not the tradesman, and landscaping is not a trade. Does not require any education, only certain tools. Maybe your country just fucking sucks, but yeah, here you need certifications to do shit. Landscaping is 100% a trade. Like, you need fucking licenses to be able to, I don't know, drive the fucking, the caterpillar, to be able to fucking dig the holes and shit, right? To be able to move you have to have a specialty license so you can drive the truck that is able to carry all the fucking trees. You need a different license to be able to use the crane to pick up those trees and put them on the fucking truck, right? What do you fucking mean? Doing landscaping at 10? Yes, I could totally see you doing an entire complex by yourself, or an industrial building, and doing all of their landscaping at 10. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. All right, shut the fuck up. And yes, I am a tradesman. I come from a family of tradesmen. Maybe your country just defines it differently, but we know what trades are here. There's a reason why a lot of our tradesmen go to the States, because you guys request us, you know, because we're more certified. We're more well-trained. Hell, you can't even be a roofer here without having a fucking license. You need a working at heights license. Like our trades, you know, are actual things. And our houses last a lot longer than you guys's. So, all you need to be a landscaper in the USA is a shovel, a wheelbarrow, a chainsaw, a mower, a machete, and a pickup. You don't know what landscaping is then, dude. If that's what you think landscaping is. Landscaping is changing the landscape. Adding trees and shit, you know, putting in fucking giant rocks that weigh like 3,000 pounds, using a crane to move shit. That's landscaping. I'm not talking about gardening at grandma's house, man. Like, what the fuck? No. Bio, you don't know what the hell you're talking about right now, then. If that's what you think it is, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, you need a lot of licenses for shit. Flowers and decorative plants for public areas. Yeah, that's gardening. That's not landscaping. That's a small portion of landscaping. Yeah, sure. You can do that. But, you know, grabbing a fucking 40-foot tree and then, you know, using a crane to put it onto a giant fucking oversized load truck and then driving that to the location and then grabbing a crane truck and then taking it off there and then lining it up. You know, you kind of need licenses for that shit. You also need some form of either a caterpillar or a lot of fucking guys to dig the hole that it'll fit in. Dad did landscaping for a city. He maintained public parks and highway islands. Like your dad did basic landscaping, not landscaping. There's a big difference. Bro was a gardener. He picked up garbage and he cleaned up a little bit. And then he was like, all right, I gotta fix these flowers. If that's what you're saying, that is not landscaping. That is maintaining. All you need is a rope, a pickup, and a chainsaw to clear that 40-foot tree. You're planting the tree, you fucking idiot. What do you mean clear it? You're putting it in the ground. You are landscape. You are changing the landscape. You are adding it. You don't take a tree away from a flat area where there's no trees. You put it there. You build the building after you've leveled the land the way you want it, and then you put it. Said clearing no, I said using a crane and moving on an oversized load. How the fuck did you get clearing from that? And then using a crane to move it again once you got it there, but it has to be a crane truck. How the fuck did you not hear all that? Fuck you, Bio. Fuck you. Still a bitch to do. He maintained and replaced plants and got hydrangea said he was gonna throw out. Yeah, but like that's maintaining. That's not landscaping. It's essentially gardening, right? And then cleaning. It's not quite the same as like what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like industrial fucking levels of shit, right? Where like you are, you know, a huge fucking business, not someone that works for the city. you know? But yeah, it's a little bit different. I know, because I fucking worked it. Why did my tracking stop? There we go. Yeah, you mean hardcore gardening? No, I mean changing the landscaping. Moving like fucking like 3,000-pound giant stones and like boulders and shit. Be able to like put a sign in front of it so it looks nice, you know? The Mexicans and rednecks do that with a shovel and a pickup and a cooler full of, yeah, okay. Well, I see you're trying to make a joke there, but you're 100% wrong. Like, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Clearly you've never done landscaping. It's a trade, right? And then, you know, automotive, that's a fucking trade. I know I was an introductory mechanic going to join my, or start my apprenticeship to become a, like, certified technician, you know? Which then I was going to move on to doing diesel technician afterwards, and then after that I was looking into doing either tank or airplane technician. Oh, fuck you. Not landscaping, that's terraforming. No, terraforming is using the fucking, number one, it's a, terraforming happens long before you get to the landscaping, dummy. Terraforming is using, like, bulldozers and tractors in order to, like, change the entire landscape. Landscaping is then making it look pretty. Bro, what? Not even bush apple? What the fuck? You're lucky you got Natty Ice and not a Moderna. I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about. This sounds all like fucking American piss drinks. I drink real alcohol here in Canada. You guys got dry states. We don't even have a single one like that. Fuck you. We don't even have dry towns. And our prohibition didn't last as long. And our alcohol is known for being better. Especially our whiskey. Okay. We talking shit beer? Yeah, I can tell. I know the names. They're all shit. Drink a Molson Canadian. Not a Molson Export. Not a Molson 21. Molson Canadian. You'll never change. You'll never drink another beer after that. You'll be like, that is the only beer I will drink. Budweiser is like a really far second. And it's not like, oh, it's right there. No, it's like leagues behind, but at least it's second place. You know? Kentucky bourbon is better. It is not. No. Kentucky bourbon does not taste half as good as fucking Canadian whiskey. Let me say this. As a recovered alcoholic that his go-to drink was whiskey, Canadian whiskey is way better. Is that why your government is pulling all American alcohol off your shelves and adding a 40% tax on it? Well, yeah, because you guys added tariffs and shit. That's why. We're getting rid of it. Because we can afford to get rid of that. Because our alcohol is better. Also, you do realize that like 80% of all Canadians are not from Canada, right? The vast majority of the people that live here right now, like I think in my town alone, the Canadian demographic, like people born and raised in Canada and are not like a second or third generation from another country, right? Like actual Canadians that have been here for at least 100 years, I think it's probably close to like 15%. Most of the people that live here are not Canadian. We send out the shit stuff and keep the good alcohol? No, you don't. I know, because my little brother goes to Vegas every year, and he goes out of his way to find Canadian stuff. Bro was excited when on the airplane he was able to drink a Molson Canadian. Oh. You guys have like the word. Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, I almost moved to Utah, all right, back in 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. I almost moved to Utah, all right, because my ex was from there. And then I found out that there's a cap of 3%, all right, on the alcohol there. A cap of 3%. I've had water stronger than that, all right? You guys' alcohol tastes like shit. My buddy, who is from fucking, what's the one right next to Alabama? Georgia. Yeah. My buddy from Georgia, we were playing fucking PUBG back in the day. This is 2017, I think. 2016 or 2017. And we were playing PUBG. And I showed him what I was drinking, which was a fucking pint-sized beer. And the beer itself was 12%. And he went, does that say fucking 12% on it? And I was like, yeah. He goes, mine has a big 3 on it. And they're excited about that. What the fuck? Right? So, yeah, no, your alcohol tastes like shit. My friends were jealous because my basic beer was 12%. All right? Like, fuck you. Now, my go-to beer is usually 5 or 6%, but the one that I was drinking that day was 12. And it was not even a craft beer. It was just a normal beer. All right. Best alcohol you'll ever have in your life is genuine Kentucky moonshine. If it's not strong enough to power a diesel engine, then it's not real whiskey. You greatly underestimate the amount of people that came from the States to Canada during your prohibition because our alcohol was better. Right. And like, you know, it wasn't as bad to get caught here with the alcohol. It was still pretty bad, but you know, our alcohol was better anyways. And the amount of the stuff that got exported from Canada into the States during your prohibition, that's because Utah is a Puritan state and it is currently controlled by the Mormons. Yeah, I know, but it is an example of how your country is. All right. 140 straight corn whiskey at 3%. Colt 40 malt liquor is 15. Well, yeah, but he's from Georgia, right? Hell yeah. But Camilla's cover is really nice. I honestly, like, I discovered Camilla purely through her covers. And I was like, I need this. And yeah, that's how I became a fan of her. Just by her covers. And the fact that they have Neuro in them. Yeah, you know, you guys' alcohol is shit. As a recovered alcoholic, I'm going to let you know your alcohol is shit. Can't say shit about the moonshine because unless it's the quote-unquote moonshine that came in a bottle, it's like, yeah, no, like, it's not moonshine if it doesn't come from a redneck. But, you know, whatever. You don't treat the entirety of the USA based off of Utah or Florida or California. Yeah, but you also don't base it off of the other states either. You have to base it as a whole. And I was using that as an example on why I didn't move to Utah. Right? Because there's places in your country that are like that. And then I was like, Texas. And I'm like, oh, yep, Texas is where it's at. Partially because all my friends live there and I know how to make alcohol. So, whatever. And I don't even drink that much anymore anyways, but still. I actually go to bed now. Y'all have a wonderful night. And yeah, homemade shine is best shine. Well, yeah. But yeah. Don't be a stranger, Tank. I don't see you here often. You better be here more. I miss you. I stream every fucking day, roughly around 11 p.m. And if I'm not going to be streaming at 11 p.m., I normally post in the Discord and on Twitter. So, our hard lemonades and wine coolers are like 12%. That's cute. Ours are like 20. We have Mountain Dew brand beer now that's like 20%. Why is my tracking doing this? What the fuck? Mountain Dew brand beer. That sounds disgusting. I love Mountain Dew, and I like beer, but no. Mountain Dew should be related to whiskey and moonshine, that's all. Because, you know, that was what it was for. I ain't no stranger, just sober. I mean, you could swing by more. Actually pretty good. I don't know, it just sounds weird. To me, Mountain Dew is meant to be mixed with whiskey. Partially because that was why it was invented. Because another name for moonshine is Mountain Dew. That was what it was made for. Called Mountain Dew Hard. Gonna try to. Night. Have a good night. I stream every day, so you better fucking be here. Yeah, it's because I'm drinking I'm drinking fucking coffee, and when the mug goes up, I lose my tracking. That's what it is. A seltzer? Ew, fuck. No, don't even talk about it then. It's disgusting. It's TV static. Ugh. Imagine calling a seltzer fucking hard. Ugh. Yeah, let's drink TV static with a fucking hint of a flavor there. No, thank you. And be like, no, you can actually taste it. No, you can't. It doesn't matter what fucking seltzer it is. No. It's, oh god, no, fuck no. I gotta change this music now. It's better than Rob Roy. I have no idea what that is off the top of my head right now. Again, I'm a little out of it when it comes to drinking because I've, again, recovered alcoholic, you know. But from all of my experience with drinking, yeah, no. The only thing I really drink now is like, I'll have some whiskey once in a while, but not a lot. And even then, I just drink it straight. Like, I don't, no ice, no fucking mix, no nothing. Not unless I'm trying to just have like a relaxed drink where I'm going to be babying it for a while, then I'll do like a mixed drink type thing. But if I'm just drinking, I'm just like, all right, I'll just have like one glass of just straight whiskey. Other than that, it's just beer. And even then, I don't even drink much more than like 1 or 2 now. This is too slow. This will be gooder. Now I've been shit talking your whole country. You know, what's up? Rob Roy is a cocktail made primarily with Scottish whiskey and vermouth. Vermouth. My brain ain't reading that correct. Created in 1894 by a bartender at the Waldorf Astoria in Manhattan, New York City. Neat. I'm not a huge fan of cocktails. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mind you, okay, no, there are some girly drinks I'm cool with, though. Like a porn star, you can never have an issue with those. White freezies are pretty good. I think that's pretty much where I cut it, actually. But those are, like, super, like, easy to make drinks, and it's just 2 shots of, like, liqueurs, and then, like, Sprite or some shit. Or 7-Up or Mountain Dew. But those are, like, the only girly drinks I'll have. Not really much of anything. That's just for flavor more than anything on those. Tastes like just ass sweat in Las Vegas during a heat wave. Oh, well, I'm never gonna try that again then. Not try again. Never had it. I mean, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna try that ever. Fuck you. My brain ain't working. I'm dumb. I'm slow. I'm special. All right. Fuck you. Well, what do I want to do now? Been live for 2 hours. I don't even know why my fucking computer was having, or not my computer, my capture card was having an issue. Hello? Who the fuck are you? Why are you here? Hi, how's it going, Yan? What you up to? We just be vibing. I was talking shit about their America shit, even though, you know, I plan to move to the States one day. But for now, I am just purely fucking stupid ass Canadian. I am a snow monkey. What up? Talking smack on their alcohol. What'd I do? Also, why is this music so much louder for me now? Like negative 42 decibels. It was still loud. Maybe my ears are adjusting. I don't know. Who the fuck is texting me? At 1:21 in the morning. Who the fuck? Banana! Juice! I'm juice! Got that dumb bitch juice! What you doing, Nanners? You having a good day so far, bro? I'm out of coffee and I want to go make more. I see that. What up, Yan? How's your day been? I'm just a dumbass doing my thing. Alright, work? No. Alright, valid. Fair enough, dude. I respect it. I get it. We beat the challenge run yesterday, by the way. I was pretty stoked. Pretty cool. Now we got 13 hours of footage to try and turn into a video. I still got to finish editing the video I'm working on right now for the other channel, the main channel. Oh, boy. I need an editor of my own, and it sucks that I'm an editor for someone else. I don't want to. Yeah. Hopefully one of those places I applied at earlier will, you know, give me a call back. Oh, that was another thing. I never even finished the whole story. Yeah, so my uncle stopped by earlier after I had taken my nap, and he dropped off a shit ton of my resume for me because they got ink for their printer and they got it working while I was gone and at home and doing my thing. And I was like, yeah, I could probably use like 10 resumes, and my aunt was like, yeah, that's fine, yeah, whatever. And then like they dropped off, there's gotta be like at least 25 there. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. But looking like either tomorrow or the next day, I'm gonna head up to the mall and be like, yo, what up, resumes? Fucking hire me. I need guap. Drop that dosh in my pocket. No, fuck you. I've realized that most people use like or as their filler word. And I often use fuck you, and that probably is not good. But luckily, it's only when I'm streaming. The only time I or is when I'm just like brain farting. I'm like, yep. Not anything else. It's just stupidity. 6 a.m. So let's say it's starting. Well, I'm from
A Frenchman? A frog? In my chat? How dare you?
I might be Canadian, but do not expect me to understand French. I'm glad that you're speaking English. Thank you so much. Pretty much the most I remember from French that I can speak, right? Because I can read it pretty well, and I can understand it when spoken to me pretty well. But I can't read or write it. The most I understand, or that I can do, is like, bonjour, comment ça va? Or, did you guys have Telefrancais in France? Probably not. That seems like a strictly Canadian thing. It seems very Quebecois. Because Telefrancais was this little fucking puppet pineapple. It was like, bonjour, je suis un ananas. And it's like, alright, well that's fucking weird. Respect the Francais? No, I'm Canadian. We do not like the French. Like, we do not. You're lucky. You have attractive women. That's all you got going for you, Frenchman. No.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Kohai.
Thanks for the follow, homie. I appreciate it. Megumin. Megumin? Like the explosion person? Hola. Now we got Spanish in here too? Son of a bitch. I barely speak English. Can't have fucking 2 other romance languages in here. The hell's wrong with you guys? What the fuck? Where's my Mexican? I need translations. I could do the French myself, but I can't. Where's my Geki? I need that motherfucker. Brain rot. Alright. Yeah. What up, everybody? My stupid hey, it be here. What up? I'm not gonna lie, slowly running out of things to say. I've already discussed my whole day. I got super scared for a second there because I saw a large message from from Kick, and I didn't realize it was bot Ricks at first. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! And I was like, oh no, it's just one of my things. Follow me on YouTube, guys. Go subscribe to my channel. I make YouTube videos that are let me pull at your heartstrings as I talk about anime related stuff. I have one video out so far, and every person that has watched it has been like, oh my god, bro, like I related so much, thank you. And I'm like, I just wanted to know if I'm shit at this or not. Thank you. And they're like, my heart, my one buddy almost fucking cried. I was like, I'm sorry. He goes, no, like that was my childhood, bro. Like, thank you. Like I was like, I'm not that good. Don't do that to me. I do shit like this. I'm like, how are you? I don't know what to do, man. Huh? And then I was like, yeah. So, like, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, but it reminds me of the better days of my life when I was a young lad. You know, like, I just fucking... The other one I'm working on right now is about creativity and, like, love and, like, passion and how a lot of it is really hard to continue doing. But then you realize that you probably already had that drive there and that you were just expressing it in another way that you didn't fully understand. I already had the video fully recorded, so now I just have to edit it and add in all, like, the fucking anime scenes related to it, and it's based around a certain anime. And, yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. Get the boobs out before you lose the new folks. That's an idea, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I legitimately don't think... Here, I'll keep their attention this way. This is how you keep people entertained, right? You keep them over there, and you just... Yeah, you listen to me as you see the subway surf. Yes. Oh god, my body. Yeah, and how did you discover me? Were you just like browsing through Twitch and you saw me? Sorry, I had to do. Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. I guess Megaman, how did you find me? Were you just like looking through Kick and you just saw a VTuber and you're like, you know what? He's not too stupid looking. I'll join. Why not? Just remember, guys, the longer that you hang out, and if you're over on Twitch, you have chat interaction to be able to control my stream. Banana already changed the drink to the dumb bitch juice. But you guys, if you want to, you're able to do stuff like this. Or you're able to do stuff like this. Or if you really want to, you can do stuff like this. Or if you truly, truly want to do something, you can do something like this. And you change stuff. You make it all different. Ooh. Up a buoy. Ah, you motherfucker. You censored my ass.
Don't you nut on me.
This motherfucker. Just watch the Subway Surfers. Making me all censored. How could you do this? I can't fucking believe you. Man. Change Mike the purple. Let's go. Hell yeah. Moisture. I don't have no moisture with me. I just finished my fucking drink. You motherfucker. You want me to go grab my drink right now? I'll go make another fucking cup of coffee. I'll grab some water too, probably. Nah. Coffee is just bean water. That'll work. Fix that shit right now. Bro, I'll need to go and... I have to go upstairs and make my coffee then. And then I'm BRBing. And we got people here right now. You know I'm gonna grab more coffee anyways. We're a little over halfway through the stream, dude. That's all. Just get a cup of water, you fuck. Bro, I literally just finished a whole ass coffee. My coffee is half a liter a fucking mug. You know how bad I gotta pee right now? That was my third coffee. Like... all the more reason? Man, fuck you, I'll do it. Just, you know, like, I can't just dip on stream right now. We got people hanging out. They just got here. What makes the grass grow? Definitely not me peeing in it. What the fuck? Oh, man. Yeah, so what I was saying earlier, I do plan to add, like, the face zoom effects so I can use those. So that's something I had to work on a little bit later. The military thing. I will take your word for it. I've never been in the military, buddy. Plus, our military is very different. Why is my music paused? There we go. But, yeah. And then I plan to add all the stuff to the desk. I have a bunch of Pokemon plushies, I think. I'm pretty sure they're Pokemon plushies I've got. Veterans, so I like to toss them trigger phrases at them occasion. Wait, what? I wouldn't call him a vet. I mean, you can, but like... I just like making fun of nanners. Arguably, yes, that is a veteran, though. Were you deployed, or were you only in boot camp? No, you were definitely outside of boot camp. But you weren't deployed, were you? I swear you've told me this before. Wait, where are my things? I have told you. Well, I'm also fucking retarded, so come on, man. Or, as Jan would say, because they are French, le retard. It means slow. Where are the thingies? Where are the things that I'm looking for right now? They gotta be in here. Stream assets, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a bunch of, like, Pokemons and
thanks
stuff.
for the follow, Kohai.
Michisuki, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Let's see, what stuff can I throw? Yeah, that'll work. Right? This should work. I think I can just drag and drop this shit. I think. Wow, that's a big boy. When I have stuff like this, you guys can enable and disable. But I need to make sure that the credits to it are put in first before I actually put it on screen. So, but yeah, I got a bunch of stuff like that. What's another one? They got a lot, mon. Wow. Lopmon is significantly better than Terriermon. I love them both, though. Yeah, I want to add stuff like this so you guys are able to enable and disable using your channel points. All right. Yeah, Canada's military is just a bunch of drunk rednecks riding moose while naked and drinking maple syrup. Our military controls 90% of the planet simultaneously. We're not the same. That's what you think. You're aware that like the Geneva suggestions exist because of us, right? You're aware that we, you know, are kind of like the main reason that a lot of your technological advancements come through. You are aware, right, that World War II may have been ended by the atomic bomb, but it was the Canadians that put the fear in everyone. We also ended World War I. We've also never lost a war. You guys kind of are known for that. I will give you, though, Nom, you did win 3 years later is when they, or was it 3 years or 3 months later that they broke the fucking treaty? But you're already gone by that point, so it doesn't count. You guys did win that one. I'll give you that one. But 1812, you know, we kind of won that. Burn down your goddamn White House. And then we're like, all right, so the border's going back to where it was. Understood? And you guys are like, okay, yes, sir. I don't know, man. We more recently won a war than you. It was a stupid war, but I mean, it's arguably still a war. It was called the Whiskey Wars. It was a war that had not a single shot was fired, but it was a war. It was two countries at odds. I mean, yeah, like 86%, but you are aware that without USA giving you guys the French guns, you would not have been as good at war crime. Nope, not true at all. Nope. We threw grenades and we used a lot of fucking bayonets. The food thing? You know about the food thing, right? Where we threw them food the one day, and then the next day we threw them food again, and then on the third day we threw grenades with the food, and they would blow up because they all ran towards the food. Yeah, war crime. We also turned a lot of their gas back on them. We also killed a lot of POWs. Like, if you wanted 100 Germans, you got 100 Germans. You didn't get 99, you didn't get 101, you got 100. Yeah, we did a lot of fuck shit. But also, what you don't know about the way the Canadian military works is, we aren't known for being on front lines. We are, because our country is incredibly fucking diverse with our military, we kind of send in people from that country that are now Canadian, and we just kill them from the inside out. Like, we collapse governments. That's kind of our thing. I'll agree that the worst army on earth is actually the Australians. You know, the army that lost a war against an oversized Turkey. No, actually, not at all. That they are not the worst army on the planet. By a large margin, they are not. They are one of the best on the fucking planet. And it wasn't even technically a war. Also, try shooting an emu. Like, 5.56 might slow it down, but it isn't going to take it out. And they weren't using that. It was just a bunch of war vets that were just fucking sick and tired of all these giant-ass fucking emus. Even the French Foreign Legion never lost to a bird. Dude, Bio, I'm not sure if you're just trying to be fucking retarded, but, like, come on, man. An emu will literally gut you, alright? It's closer to a dinosaur than a bird. Like, what the fuck, man? But no. I would argue that the Australians are just as fucking terrifying in a war as the Canadians. But it's just that the bird is fucking bulletproof. Oversized turkey. And no, it was just a bunch of pissed off fucking farmers and war vets that were like, fuck these birds! And then they weren't given the ammo that they needed to fuck them all up because they were just using whatever the fuck they had. Nah, I mean. Also, I like that Banana just, like, left it at, I have told you. It's like, but I don't remember. And he never clarified afterwards. You and the French were Legion. Yeah, but no. If we're gonna talk shit about wars, I wouldn't even talk shit on the French. Ironically, considering that, you know, I'm Southern Ontarian, we're supposed to hate the French. But like, I mean, they're really good at revolutions. I'll give them that, you know? You know, choosing to invade Russia in the winter was not their best decision, but that was Napoleon. So, modern day Australian army is on par with British SAS. Well, originally farmers against them over a wheat field. Then the government stepped in and actually deployed the UAS army. And yes, it was an actual war that was declared on the emu by the president on paper. There's a reason why in every piece of like literature that you can find related to it, war is in quotation marks, dude. It doesn't count. You can't be at war with an animal, all right? It has to be a foreign emissary. Or emissary? That's the wrong word. Foreign entity. Actually, 2 wars on the emu. Bio, I legitimately think that you're just being stupid right now. Like, no. Hey. But Bio, if you're going to go with that, America invaded Canada twice, and we're beaten twice. So you want to go on that? You lost to a bunch of fucking rednecks riding moose drinking maple syrup. Which is funny considering that the vast majority of the people that were in that war were just a bunch of farmers and natives with some assistance from the British and some of the French when they actually arrived when the war was essentially already over in 1813 is when they started arriving. War was over in, I believe, 1814 or 1815. Pretty sure it was 1814 when we finished it. But yeah, that was mostly all Canadians that did it. Again, mostly farmers and natives. Being dead ass about the emu. I know about the fucking emu. I'm talking about you being fucking retarded. Alright. Just because our rednecks was denied access to the army? Yeah, sure. Crash and I also went on a 45-minute dive into the emu war the other day. We did, actually. I think so. That was the other day? Wasn't that longer than that? I don't know. Time doesn't exist for me, dude. It's so confusing. But, nah, man. The emu war is not a real war, for one. Because it's not a foreign entity. It's a bird, right? That was like 3 to 4 days ago. Yeah, well then. The rest of it is just me being a dipshit and trolling. Fair enough. You are still retarded, but you know. Because like if we're going off that same thought process, there's a lot of animals in America that you guys have issues with, and why didn't you kill them yet? Well, you didn't, because you can't. You know, you guys got better weapons. I still like the fact that you guys will just see like a big ass fucking like tank gun and we're like, I'm putting that on a Jeep. That I'll give to America. It's fucking dope. Conservation? Yeah, okay. Technically the emu is fighting the foreign power. I don't think that you can consider it that way. The peoples of the land and the animals of the land do not equate to the same thing when it comes to what is indigenous there and what is currently living there. You know what I mean? Like that's not how that works. Unless you're counting it as peoples, because then it has to be equals, right? And if they're not equals, then it's not, you know, considered the same thing. Like, that'd be like saying, oh, we got into like a war with monkeys, and it's like, yeah, but the monkeys threw sticks and rocks. And I have fucking AR-15. Monkeys went down pretty quick. Not really a war, it's just shooting an animal, you know? There was no humans native to that continent involved in the conflict. You mean to tell me that not a single indigenous person on that island was part of the military? Or went to war prior to that and was a farmer afterwards? Do you know how many indigenous people live in Australia? You're not that fucking dumb. Come on, bro. Like, nah. Absolutely no way. You just described the domestication of the Western USA? Brother. Animals and humans are not considered equals in a conflict of war. They're like in a battle or a fight, yeah, sure. Like if you think you can fist fight a grizzly bear, go for it, right? Then I'd say the bear's going to win. But if you have a gun and it's a big enough fucking gun, you're probably going to win. Ironically, you're going to survive that fight better if you have bear mace Because that stops like 98% of bear attacks, whereas guns usually it's only about 92. Or something like that. Or no, it's like 90. The 92 is the dogs thing. It was 92% of deaths by bear involve a dog agitating the bear. At that time period, the Aboriginals were not considered part of the Australian people just yet. They were treated more as the Native Americans in the 70s. What are you talking about, bro? What? No. Nah. I refuse to believe that. When... Hold up. Typo. When were Native Australians considered Australian? The Torres Strait Islander people, the Aboriginal, recognized as part of the Australian, 1967. All right. (1932) is when the first one was. Yeah, that's not even a war. It's in quotation marks, bro. But there's still people that live there, and there's people that are just like in America's. You're able to get rid of it. I'll concede the fact that I did not know particularly the year that the Native Americans were considered entirely Australian with citizenship, just off by living there, right? But the fact that people there were not considered Australian when they're the fucking Aboriginals. But conquered peoples. There is no true war that has ever been enacted on any animal species. It has always been officially called population control because war can only be enacted on other. Thank you. That's what I was saying. Nanners has got me. Let's fucking go, banana. Let's fucking go. But in any regard, you know, I'll concede the fact that I didn't know the exact year that Native Australians were considered Australian, even though everyone would have considered them people, and you're able to get, and they were all just all Australian at that point. You know, they were still able to just, you know, apply for or consider themselves Australian and join the military and just get the citizenship. Probably the exact same as you could in America and Canada. You know, 2-minute Google search is all the brain power that took me. Wow, I'm proud of you, Banana. 2 minutes of using your brain. That's a whole lot. He's a Marine, guys. He's doing this. That's a lot. God dang. Also, Nana, just so you know, I'm currently eating you. I am having banana cake. It is very yummy. Good, get those potassium levels up. Fuck yeah, my dude. Still got like half of it left. I'm straight up just eating a cake. Like, oh man. Howdy. The achy breaky. Muscles are required, intelligence not essential. I like that. And there's me, who just wants to be a Canadian Ranger. I essentially get to be a forest ranger, but for the military instead of the police. And I get paid to camp. And bring my own shit, get my own gun. Oh, it would be amazing. Will I do it? Probably not. I'm past like the prime age of joining the military anyways. So. He more than likely wouldn't. Add to that, I have heart problems. I probably wouldn't even be qualified for it. They did say it's likely I could still get in if it's under control. But just fight a grizzly bear. There wouldn't be grizzlies where I would be going. I would be going to where there's polar bears. No, thank you. They literally see people as food. They don't fight to defend their land. They literally see us as prey. No. We're not an opportunity kill. We are just, that is food. No. Even better. Hell no. Me with an IQ of 70 is called general. Valid. But no, I would, no. Fuck no. My best bet is the fact that polar bears have extreme ADHD. Okay? So as I'm running, I'm like dropping a glove. I keep running. As he starts getting even closer, I drop another glove. Right? I drop a hat. I'll lose a jacket. I'll lose a sweater. I'll lose a scarf. Probably not all in that order, but you know what I'm saying. Eventually, I'll be dropping boots, dropping shirt, dropping trowel, and then once I'm out of stuff, I'm like, well, I'm gonna die anyways from the cold. Might as well get eaten. So, favorite crayon color is probably purple. Called not eligible for service. Yeah, there's the what's it called? Oh, I know the name of it. Don't type it in chat. I know the name of it. It's like what is that test called? I know it. It's in the catalog of things in my brain. I'm not fucking looking. I know you guys are gonna type it. It's as something. Fucking as fab. Yeah. Yeah. As fab. I was close. Fuck you guys. We don't have that here. We have something else entirely. Essentially, like, hey, go through boot training or boot camp. All right, you survived. Cool. Go in. Do your thing. As long as you have a high school diploma and you're not completely fucking stupid, you can get in. Let's go. We're gonna go send you at the enemy because you are a walking wall of what the fuck. See, my main complaint though nowadays is like most of the people in the Canadian military are like little bitches, and I don't like that. Because like I've literally been at a bar. This was years back, but I was at a bar, and there was some military guys there, and they were just like trying to talk shit to like my buddies and I for no reason, and we just looked at him like, "Do you want to step outside?" Right? Like, fuck it. Like, I was an alcoholic at the time, right? My buddy wasn't really a large guy, but big enough, like about the same size as them. They're like, all right, blah, blah. And then we literally kicked the shit out of the military guys. Like, you're trained. What the fuck? Like, bro. And that was the day I decided that maybe if I joined the military, I would become leader. And I was like, I don't know about that. Yours requires it so people know before they talk to a recruiter to see what jobs they qualify for. Yeah, well, here it's just based off of what level of schooling did you like complete? Did you go to college? What did you do in college? Right? What were your scores in that? All right, cool. And they just equate all of that. I think it'd be kind of neat to take the SVAB myself. But I don't even know how I would take that in Canada. This was like a website for it, in which case that'd be kind of neat. Because I was told that I literally qualify for everything in our military except for medical, veterinary, and music, because I'm not classically trained in music. So, and I didn't go to school for, I don't have like a biomedical degree or a veterinary level fucking medical degree. Qualified for every job in the Marine Corps, Navy, and Army because I had a score of 96. It scored out of 100. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I was just told that based off of my education level and the fact that I accidentally went to college. Yep. There's like, so you think of like Air Force, you think of like Navy, you think of like Army, you think of like reserves for any of them. And I was like, well, I want to join reserves. He goes, all right, well, then you're at the wrong place. And I was like, huh? He goes, oh, this is for the main forces. And I was like, where? It's the only recruitment center in town. He goes, oh, like there's the other bases over there. I'm like, you mean to tell me the base that's by my house I could have gone to is the reserves? I didn't need to go all the way downtown to the only recruitment center. He goes, yep. I was like, you motherfucker. He goes, so which way are you thinking? I was just like, I know this motherfucker's trying to get me in right now. I'm like, I want to do reserves. I want to be a Canadian Ranger. And he goes, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I was like, all right. Then he looks it up. He goes, yeah, that's reserves. I was like, all right, cool. He's like, well, if you're interested. And I was like, well, I'm thinking infantry if anything. He goes, Army, just like me. And I was like, okay. And he's like, you wouldn't want to do anything else? I was like, this monkey is not made for water, and this monkey is not made for the air. This monkey sticks to the trees. He goes, yeah, I see why you want to be a Canadian Ranger. I was like, yeah, put me in a forest. You know, fuck it. Had a 94, but was denied due to my epilepsy and heart issues. Yeah, fuck, nerd. Yeah. I feel like my heart issues would let me in, though, still. I can just identify as healthy. I live in Canada. I mean, come on. Okay. No, I identify as healthy. You can't deny me. I'm not a health risk because I don't identify as one. Yay, Canada! I've been part of y'all Mountain Division. What? Mountain Division? The fuck you talk about Mountain Division? Yeah, remember, the vast majority of my military knowledge is based off of stuff that I've heard from Unsubscribed Podcast, and the Fat Electrician. That is the vast majority. Not all of it, but the vast majority of where I've learned a lot of my military stuff. Listening to their stories and, like, things that they do research on and stuff. Motherfuckers can hike. Oh, I can hike. I hike every year, dude. Right next to you. Fuxia. I like this. This already sounds super nice. It almost reminds me of, like, the old Spider-Man intro. But also with this newer shit. Hell yeah, I like that. Yeah, not become Chungus until after high school. I've never been Chungus. I have always been small but mighty. Built like Spider-Man, motherfucker. I am tiny but mighty. I can lift a whole lot, and it doesn't look like I can. We did a training op in tandem with the CAD 10th Mountain Division, and holy shit, we'd hump. You'd hump. I assume you meant hike 20 kilometers in a day while they move 35 to 40. We're outdoorsy here, bro. The actual Canadians, not like all the fucking people that come here and, you know, steal our fucking school positions and jobs. You know, the actual people that were born and raised here. I don't care if you're second or third generation. You're here. You're Canadian. Born and raised here. You're Canadian. Right? True Canadian is, you know, at least 4 generations, but still. Seeing an old pic of myself from 2008, and oh my god, I was tiny. Said what I said. Fair enough. I mean, sounds like what the Marines do. Alright, fair enough. I assume that Mountain Division... I'm confused why you're saying CAD. Yeah, none of our divisions are called CAD, though. That's how we say our money. CA is Canada. There's a CAF, which is the Canadian Armed Forces. And then there's the RCAF, which is the Royal Canadian Armed Air Force. And then there's the CN, which is the Canadian Navy. Or no, it's RCN, Royal Canadian Navy. Because we work in division, or in tandem mostly, with England. Canadian Air Defense. Yeah, but isn't that a subdivision of the Army? Because there's a Canadian Army, which is just CA. Probably just brain like, whatever. I'm trying to remember all of them, because we have a lot. And again, I focus more on the reserves because I want to join the Canadian Rangers. I probably meant to say CAN instead of CAD. Yeah, probably. I was going to say, because that's CAD is Canadian dollar. Yeah, it's an army of the CA. Yeah. I was going to say, but that's not its own thing. It's inside of the army. Yeah, there's the CAF, Canadian Armed Forces. That's what we have. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Now you guys got me fucking second guessing myself. God damn it. What the fuck are we called? I know it's forces.ca. Yeah, Canadian Armed Forces, CAF. Alright, that's what I fucking thought. Like Marsog is his own thing, but in the Marine Corps? Yeah. We used to call them Raiders. I mean, fair. Raiders does sound badass, though. So are they just not badass? And that's why. A division of the CAF, and how until World War II, the Marines were a division of the Navy. But yeah. Hence the name. Almost makes sense. And I swear to God, if you say, well, it's not how it is in America, it's because you guys fucking name shit wrong. His name to Raiders while I was in, and in my opinion, Marsoc sounds cooler. Yeah, but Raiders does sound pretty badass. Hence why, you know, I want to join the Canadian Rangers. because Rangers sounds fucking badass too. But I wouldn't be Ranger rank. I would be something else entirely. Marine Raiders? Yeah, like that sounds pretty fucking cool. Like it sounds like you're counter pirates, you know? Or like scarier pirates. Oh, background changed. Well, it didn't change, but it looped. Because it has that like 1 second of darkness. Back here. Yeah, I want to get back into learning all the military type shit, but I don't know. My brain's been filling up with a bunch of like VTuber related stuff lately, like how I'm gonna like update things, make things different on here, and then like all like the Skyrim related shit that I was doing. So learning how to do all that, like the modding, and then now I'm trying to figure out like the Ocarina of Time, setting that up with the Wii, and for some reason my capture card having issues. So yeah, they basically are pirates. Yeah, right. I assume that they just take ships from the bad guy. And anyone is the bad guy is whoever is my gun is aiming at. So, saying,
Fuck you, Houthi pirates. My ship now. Fuck you. Mine.
oh man, I got to do a training thing with them, and holy fuck, them dudes are scary. See, that's what I want. But like the division that I want to join is not going to be scary. Not in like the same sense of like they're scary looking dudes or the tough looking guys. I feel like, okay, just do yourself a favor and go on Google and search up Canadian Rangers and then look at the picture of all of them lined up. It's scary because you think you're going to get shot by one of them, but not out of like them being, not out of like anger, but just out of lack of intelligence of knowing better. Some of those people just like the one guy, he's looking two different directions, missing his teeth. Or yeah, missing his teeth and then like missing a finger, and he's part of it. And I'm like, I'm a shoo-in. But the main issue is like it's a mostly Native American division, and I'm only part Native, so it all depends on if I'd actually get in or not. Plus, it all depends on if there's openings, and it all depends on where you're deployed, because this monkey is not made for water. So I do not want to be one of the coasts. No, because then we're essentially the same as the Coast Guard. And I want to do that. I want to be essentially the same as a Forest Ranger, but, you know, military, not essentially police. Because realistically, I just want to be a Firewatch lookout. That's what I want. I just want to be up in a big tower by myself all the fucking time, reading books, going for walks. That's what I want. But they don't have those jobs here anymore, only in British Columbia. And even then, it's a seasonal job. And I'm like, I don't want that. I want to be year-round, and you put me here in Ontario. But we don't got that anymore. The other ones are in Quebec. Fuck that. I am not going to learn. I'm not going to put up with the fucking Quebecois. No. I do not deal with that shit. Right? Fuck you, frogs. Right? And then I was like, well, I'll just be a Forest Ranger. Oh, you need to go to school for this and this and this and this to be able to even be considered. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I was like, military, though, you don't need that. Military, they just put you in. Oh, I could do it. I could do military. SEALs are the true terrors of the USA. They are under 5'9" and under 140 pounds, soaking wet, but by God, will they delete you from the earth? Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. How tall was Chris Kyle? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying the SEALs are not badass, but I feel like the Navy SEALs are a little overhyped. You know what I mean? Because I've heard of plenty of other badass fucking people in the States, like different divisions that are equally, if not more so badass. You know? Like spec op level shit that is not, you know, Navy SEALs. Only force on the USA military not allowed to train snipers as an MOS because it was too good at getting headshots. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm talking current requirements. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things, right? But I feel like the SEALs are just a little overhyped. Like, don't get me wrong, they're definitely fucking badass, right? They can do better than me at anything. But not requirements from like 9/11 era. What do you mean? The Marine Sniper MOS is 0317. I don't know these things. Now you guys are going into stuff that I don't know. But anyways, the joke banana. Yeah. So what I'm saying though is like there's other like divisions that are absolutely fucking badass that I don't think get enough attention or respect. You know? That's my main thing. Yeah, Banana, he was doing that to me earlier with, like, trades stuff, and I was like, this motherfucker doesn't know what a fucking trade is. Like, fuck you. Yeah, marksmen, not snipers on paper. It's same fucking shit. I promise you the SEALs aren't overhyped. No. I'm not saying that they aren't badass. I know they're fucking badass. I mean, like, compared to some other divisions that are also in the military that don't get as much recognition is what I mean by overhyped. Like, they get more attention than others that do just as much. You know? I'm not saying that they're not fucking badass. Because, like, they're fucking badass. You know? I feel like there's other divisions in the military that, you know, are fucking badass and, you know, don't get the recognition for being badass. Those are not overhyped at all. They have a special training. What the fuck? Are you retarded? I literally just explained that. You didn't need to type that out. Anyways, you get what I'm saying though, right? Because it's not just always, oh, SEAL Team 6, blah, blah, blah. Like, Air Force has got some badass shit, right? I'm just saying. German GSG, I think GSG are pretty fucking spicy. I'm just talking purely American. There's more than just like the Navy SEALs. Only division in the military more terrifying than the SEALs is the Vietnam era Green Beret. Yeah. I'm talking about there's other divisions in the States that, you know, don't get the recognition that they deserve because everything in like movies and shit is always, oh, SEAL Team 6, you know? But like, you know, like there's always like, again, like there's the Green Berets. I don't think they're quite up there. I could be wrong about that. I know that you guys have got certain Homeland Defense type people that are really fucking terrifying. You've got Army divisions that are fucking insane. I cannot remember them off the top of my head right now. Why can I not remember any of this fucking shit right now? God damn it. My brain is not in military mode. Just do a fucking quick Google search. God damn it. All right. U.S. Army's Delta Force, first Special Force Operation Detachment Delta, Navy Special Warfare Combatant, Craft Crewmen, the Army's Green Berets, Special Forces, the Marine Corps Force Reconnaissance. You know, like there's a lot of elite military forces that America has, and everyone focuses on the Navy SEALs. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Army is Green Beret. I forgot Delta Force. Yeah, like there's a lot. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying like overhyped as in like they aren't that badass. I'm saying like overly focused on when it comes to like movies and video games and shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's look at what we got here. OCOM. What are there? True, but as far as special forces, the SEALs are the most deadly. The Green Berets, we do got the Airborne Rangers, MARSOC, and Delta Force. But the SEALs are the most potent force we have. That's why they are so focused on modern media. Yeah, I feel like they're just over portrayed that there's others that aren't getting the recognition for how badass they are, and there's arguably people in those divisions that are more badass than the Navy SEALs, right? And I know the Navy SEAL training is fucking insane. All right, don't get me wrong. But there are badasses that are not, you know, in the division that was the most badass, is what I'm saying. Why is this in here? Special Operations Weather Technicians. Meteorologists of the United States Air Force with ground combat training. These personnel are tasked with gathering intelligence from forward deployed locations related to weather and terrain, including oceans and rivers in hostile territory, which assist in planning special operation missions. The weather technicians are trained enough to accompany conventional military units in the battlefield as well. All special forces operations in the U.S. are planned using the intelligence and coordination provided by the special operations weather technicians. In other words, you get a badass weatherman, all right, who can kick your ass. Good to know. Yeah, Marine Raiders is in there. Air Naval Gunfire Liaison Company, Anglico. All right. Army Rangers, Air Force Combat Control Team, Air Force Pararescue, Green Beret, Marine Corps Force Reconnaissance. Is it not going to show the rest? That's only up to 6. There's supposed to be 15 here. You motherfuckers. Whatever. You get what I'm saying, though. There's badasses in other divisions that don't get the recognition they deserve because everyone looks at the fucking Navy SEALs. That's what I was saying. Not that the Navy SEALs are not fucking badass, because they are. Right? But what I'm saying is there's other divisions that don't get the recognition they probably deserve. SEALs are their own division altogether, and they are the best of the branches. A Navy SEAL dropout is sent to the Green Berets. The Berets dropout go to the Airborne Rangers and Delta Force, and the dropouts go everywhere else. Okay, I think you're entirely missing what the fuck I was saying. And I'm not sure if it's on purpose or not at this point. These are also publicly known divisions, right? There is 100% secret divisions in the military. So 100% there's secret divisions. I know because we have them here. And then when they get declassified, you're like, I'm sorry, what the fuck did they do? They don't do that anymore, right? You know, like shit like that. Oh boy. My God. I think I'm probably going to call it around. Because we're at like 3 hours now. 3 hours seems like a good enough time. Can I talk now? What do you mean, can you talk now? Oh, were you not able to join? Was it giving you issues? Your Special Forces Division has specific specialty training focused on 3 specific types of combat each. SEALs are the exception for that, though. They are trained for every form of combat. Got disconnected from the chat for a minute. Oh, that sucks. Good old mobile Twitch. Oh, yeah. That would do it. But, yeah, you're saying that, but you're missing my point entirely, Bio. And I guarantee, really do guarantee, there are people in other branches of the military that are even more badass than people that are in the Navy SEALs. Not to say that the Navy SEALs are not badass, but there are people that are the fucking main character, okay? Like, there are bitches with plot armor. And it happens. And sometimes they're just some fucking random dude that is like, I'm a medic, and now I'm in a situation, and I have to be the fucking main character. And they are, you know? That's more what I was saying, that there's other divisions that should be focused on as well, and get the recognition for the work that they do. Like, for example, the Green Beret are generally trained for special... No fucking shit, Bio. Yeah. Also, Trash, I heard you say SOCOM later. They're their own thing in the government. Yeah, I was just reading off the list of shit. That was all. I was looking at different things. That was all. I was reading out loud. Yeah. That was more what I was doing. What I find really funny, though, is that here in Canada, the RCMP are essentially the same as the CIA, but also a military division. So, like, the RCMP are fucking badasses, but at the same time, are so fucking bad at their job when it comes to investigating missing people. Like, I just don't get it. Because, like, a lot of them are, like, extreme specialists for shit. And everyone's like, oh, they're just guys that ride on horses wearing a red coat. It's like, no, they're not. if the RCMP shows up at your door, you might want to cry a little bit to try and get out of that because you're probably going to prison. You know? Talk about the Mounties? No, we're not really talking about the Mounties. It was more just something I was bringing up about like how weird it is that like people view them this one way, but it's like they're shit at investigate. Like any police work, they're terrible at it. But if it's anything that's like CIA type shit, they're amazing at it. Unless it's a missing fucking person. Because I guess that'd be FBI. But like, it's fucking weird. Honestly, the modern Delta Force and SEALs are the modern version of the U.S. Black Ops Division from World War II through 1986. Oh boy, yeah. Like, I don't know, it's weird to me that, like, RCMP is literally the Canadian version of the FBI. I assume it's supposed to say and. Is that supposed to say and? Because if it says and, you are 100% wrong. Because that would be the CSIS. The CSIS is essentially the CIA, and like the Mounties are actually the FBI, but our FBI level shit is actually like CIA stuff, and then our CIA, which is the level that would be above FBI, even though I know the different divisions, they do different shit, they investigate similar stuff. The higher, more like secretive shit is the CSIS. So 100% wrong? Yeah. I assume you're talking to Bio. Yeah, because the CSIS is the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, which is the same as like the CIA essentially. But the Mounties do essentially the FBI stuff, but to a CIA level degree. And then the CSIS is like scary. They're like not something you want to fuck with. Like they are significantly scarier than what the American CIA is. Which is saying something because you guys did a lot of weird shit. And the majority of the world's view of the RCMP. Yeah, that's. Again, they are essentially the FBI and the CIA, but they are actually more the FBI, and then the CIA is the CSIS. But they do shit that your CIA would do and FBI stuff. So we just consider FBI more of just like the basic fucking police work with some of the stuff that we got going on. CSIS is like our NSA and CIA combined. Yeah, like our stuff is like, it's very similar, but it's like next level for a lot of shit. For mostly homeland investigation things, the CIA is more for internal cross-government investigations. Yeah, but like FBI is also technically cross-borders because there's an American FBI department in Alberta. So we do have joint stuff because of how close our borders are with most of our major cities. But yeah, it's mostly homeland stuff or things that can be related to the homeland in that regard. Yeah, mostly. But and CIA is not even just like internal cross-government investigations. It's also like, it is cross-borders, and it is also like specialty programs, stuff like that. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. Yeah. I don't know. It's confusing because like there's so many similarities, but like our divisions look into different things. So like FBI and CIA technically, yes, would be the RCMP, but also not. Because our level of FBI is essentially just our general police forces, because we have like detectives that do what your FBI does, but then more than your detectives, because that becomes normal job stuff for like crime scene investigation. It's like different levels of it. Essentially, people just being overworked, you know, doing like multiple jobs instead of just one. And like, because like, also like our laws in regarding to information is completely different. Like with you guys, if someone does something, their face and name is out there immediately. Us, good fucking luck getting that information 15 years from now. All right. Like you won't be able to get it. Right. CIA is the American equivalent to the international police, Interpol, but also operates on our own soil too. Yeah, I guess. Sort of. Yeah. Well, I guess sort of Interpol. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kind of. But yeah. I don't know. Shit's weird. There's a lot to it. Anyways, as I said, we're at the 3-hour mark. I'm probably going to call it here. I'm out of coffee. I'm probably gonna head out for a smoke and then hop into the Discord. So, Nanners, if you want to come hang out, man. Is there that you never hang out with me? Except for the other night, I guess you did hang out with me, with Rel and Geki. But then, you know, we were all just talking shit. I don't know why I got astray that day still. Interpol only answers to the UN, the CIA answers to the US Congress. Yeah. Lots of weird shit that goes on. A lot of it's above my fucking understanding. Again, I've said this before. I am not smart. I am purely wise. I know things. That does not make me intelligent. Anyways, I appreciate you guys being here. Y'all fucking neato burrito. If you have not already, you know, join the Discord. And I highly encourage you to go check out my YouTube channel too, because fuck you, I need more views on my stuff. I post almost daily on like the shorts. Really need to schedule a bunch of normal posts. And I gotta finish the YouTube video I'm working on. Hopefully it'll be done in the next couple days. Again, I was dying for a few days, so forgive me there, right? And if you want to follow me across everything, you know, check that out as well. That's my website. It's got all my stuff. All right. Hope you guys all had a fun fucking night. I'm gonna go out for a goddamn dart. And then I'm gonna come back and probably work on some shit. All right.